Welcome everyone to Rock Coliseum, band versus band. Hopefully you guys are doing well, and thank you for joining us on a Sunday evening. I just streamed everyone here, and now that we're finally coming in, this is going to be something different for the Coliseum. This is a night where not only do we just give the thumbs up and thumbs down for certain bands, this is where we actually give the thumbs down and thumbs up on who lives and who dies. 2 bands enter, 1 band leaves, and it's on your suggestions. Before I go into more of the rules and how we're going to do this, let's get some introductions down for the new people. Thank you guys again for being here. Let's go around the horn. Crash, would you please start?
Hey guys, I'm Crash Thompson. I host the Rock Critic. I'm actually out of costume right now, so I hope my usual fan base isn't freaked out or anything. It's still me, guys. Just
Who is this guy? We asked for Crash here. Ugh.
Okay. Oh, no, I'm reincarnated Chris Farley. How's it going? No.
Oh, my gosh.
No, but, I host the Rock Critic. All of my stuff is at the Rock Critic. I think that's pretty cut and dry.
Yep. Okay. Mark, please go ahead, sir.
Hey there, folks. I'm Mark, the host of Spectrum Pulse, talk about music, movies, art, and culture. Album reviews, Billboard breakdown, now on its own distinctive channel to get me around all sorts of copyright bugbears, and that's nonsense.
We're all feeling that.
We've all been through that hellscape.
Still going on.
Yeah, but thankfully that's on its own channel. It's going pretty smoothly. The growth there's been very good. Thank you all for that. But now around the horn to our last person here,
John.
Hey guys, it's John from ARTV. I don't really have anything to extremely plug right now, other than if you haven't checked out my channel yet, I talk about music on ARTV and beyond ARTV, album reviews, top 10 countdowns, discography rankings, weekly show called 7 on Sunday. Just posted a new episode today where I talked about the most drastic changes in between album cycles ever. So go check it out if you feel so inclined.
Awesome. And for those who are unaware, you're watching this channel. This is Rocks. My name's Luke Spencer. I have several things coming up in the next few weeks, several album reviews, and How Did I Miss This? Catching up on your request from Patreon. And also, for those who are unaware, is Crash frozen for you guys?
No.
There we go. Sorry, I just saw Crashes. Okay, everyone's good. So those who are unaware, we will be doing 2 things. One, in the next month, we're going to meet up at Sonic Temple.
Yeah.
We'll all be together.
All of us together.
Yes.
We're all in this together.
We'll be screaming along to Foo Fighters or something. I don't know. We'll figure something fun out to do, I promise. So, and to, again, thank you guys for being here. Super chats are welcome. Let me give the explanation, though, on how this is all going to work out. So, for some... There we go. Our stream's better now, too. Band versus band is going to be a different twist. This is where you guys give 2 suggestions of one band and another band, having them fight it out in the Coliseum for our entertainment because we're animals and we love this barbarism. We, the 4 judges of the Coliseum, are going to do our best to give a thumbs up to one band and a thumbs down to the other. We do reserve the rights to give a thumbs down to both if they are truly awful and you're trolling us. However, we will do our best to give a thumbs down and thumbs up. I just did that backwards. Whatever. It's Sunday night. To both of these bands. That's how the Coliseum's going to work tonight. A special twist. This was recommended by one of my very great Discord members. You can check out the Discord link below in the description if you want to have some chat, along with all these fine channels of these men to subscribe to. Wink. So... That being said, also just keep clear if you have suggestions. The first hour will be dedicated for everyone. The second hour for anyone that does a super chat. We've already had several come through. Thank you guys for that. Greatly appreciated. We will go through as many super chats as possible. We'll try to go both through them a little bit quicker too in the second hour because we're aiming for 2 hours. The first hour, however, wide open. Give whatever you want. Please be kind. Please.
And of course, the more super chats that come through, the more meals that Luke pays for at Sonic Temple.
It's true. I owe some people some t-shirts. I do. So,
although one thing we should probably call out, we want to focus on rock bands here.
Rock, metal, alternative, anything, punk, anything like that. Also, for the first hour, you can feel free to qualify your suggestion saying
this era.
Yeah, this era or that era, you know. Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath versus non-Ozzy Osbourne Black Sabbath, or time periods, Green Day before Dookie, stuff like that, you know? So just feel free to get creative like that. However, also for the first hour, give suggestions that we are going to know the bands of. If you start suggesting names like the Beatles versus Stanky and the Stank Tones, we don't know who that is, and it's not going to be a very good conversation. I think have I missed anything? I think I've pretty good got the good done, and everyone's going to get it as we go on, too. Anything else have anything to say before I check the chat and watch the floodgates open?
I stand
we're ready
Stanky
to-
and the Stank Tones.
I think.
Is that our band name? We're gonna go on stage on Sonic Temple, steal
Yes.
someone's instruments. Are you ready to stank Ohio?
I call the synths.
You know that's a band that has like a didgeridoo or like a bagpipe or
does.
something like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like their primary instrument is like the banjo or the zither or something weird
It's
like
zither,
that. Yeah.
for sure.
Zither,
It's
yeah, for
a
sure.
bagpipe with triangles on it, the metal triangle, so he's shaking it around while he's playing the bagpipe just to be annoying.
All the vocals are screamed in Icelandic.
I may have heard this band before.
Yeah, this is the most intense reimagining of Sigur Rós I've ever heard. That's insane.
Okay, if everyone can still hear us in the chat room, hopefully, please give your suggestions now. I'm going to look away at you guys. I'm sorry for the madness that's about to come. Thank you for hanging with me. Now I'm going to look back at the chat. Okay, we're getting some good ones. And stop. Wow. That is a great suggestion. Thank you. That'll spark good conversation. Panic at the Disco versus Fall Out Boy.
Oh, yeah. Should I get Hannah up here? Or-
It depends what you say for
yeah.
your answer.
True.
Okay, does everyone have a Does everyone know which one they're going for?
I know. Yep,
Okay.
I'm good to go.
I have
How
my...
are we revealing this?
Okay,
How are we revealing-
I'll do the announcements of which one, like the thumbs up or thumbs down for with the first band. Keep your hand up for that one. Thumbs up, thumbs down for the second. So we show both hands. Okay, live stream still going. Okay, everyone got it. Everyone got it.
Yep.
All right, Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy are in the Coliseum. Who thinks Panic at the Disco? Thumbs up or thumbs down? 1, 2, 3.
Boop.
Okay, Fall Out Boy on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Boop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We don't have to
Had a
do
feeling.
we don't have to do two hands at the same time. We'll just do it that way. I can remember.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes better sense. So, Panic at the Disco has won by a slim margin of 3-1, not a unanimous decision. So, does anyone have thoughts on why they put Panic at the Disco over Fall Out Boy? You don't have to go into super detail, but just like why you think this band is better than the other. Anyone?
I can do it pretty quick.
Mark.
I think Panic ultimately pulls ahead just in terms of consistency of discography. For as much as I had issues with the last album from Panic, it wasn't as bad as Mania. Like I think both Panic and I think both Fall Out Boy, they have similar highs, similar levels of artistic expressionness. Because on the one hand, you will have Pretty Odd versus Folie Dieu, but on the flip side, Panic does not have as bad of an album as Mania.
Okay, that's very fair. I'm kind of in the same boat. I like both bands just fine. However, the amount of poor quality albums or albums that just give me a headache is higher on the Fall Out Boy side. That's just for me.
Yeah.
Crash, do you have anything to say because you were the last thumbs up for Fall Out Boy?
I would honestly
or for
agree
Panic?
with both of you guys. I'd say the biggest factor in this is consistency. And Panic at the Disco, granted, like Mark said, their most recent output, even though I liked the album previous to their most recent one, Death of a Bachelor. But they've had a few missteps, but not nearly the kind of missteps that Fall Out Boy have had. So if we're
Gotcha.
putting them against each other, there's a clear winner there in my book.
Perfect. Okay, so John, let's hear why you thought Fall Out Boy was over Panic, and that's
Then
and I
get
get
in here. I got a lot to say on
Okay,
this.
go ahead. This is your time then. That's fair.
Okay. Mania wasn't that bad. It had some really bad songs on it, but I thought Pray for the Wicked through and through was just pretty consistently, for the most part, pretty bad.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it like the most awful thing ever, but it just felt so, I don't know. Mania has songs on there that I actually come back to. Last of the Real Ones, Hold Me Tighter, Dawn. I mean, it had really awful songs like Champion and Young and Menace, obviously. But, I mean, there's some great tracks on there. Bishop's Knife Trick. And the first 4 Fall Out Boy albums, in my eyes, are pretty much golden. Really from debuting with Take This to Your Grave all the way through Foley, which I think is their best record. A fantastic album through and through. I mean, they had the highest of highs. And not that Panic didn't. I just feel that Fall Out Boy's stuff, especially in the earlier days, was so strong that as a whole, it still kind of over. It's like a tidal wave that slightly is a little bit taller than Panic's, and they've kind of ridden out the wave to a little bit lower of a point. Fall Out Boy could definitely keep decreasing in quality over time, and I don't doubt that they would. But honestly, I mean, I really like Save Rock and Roll. A lot of great songs on there. Just listened to that the other day, actually. And Luke, I'm coming for you because I know that you did the Regretting the Past.
I said
on that
repeatedly
album.
on
It's
that
only
Regretting
been
the
out a
Past,
few years.
It's not bad. I never said it was bad. It just wasn't for me. And that was also a request, sir.
And American Beauty, American Psycho, I thought was a pretty good pop rock album. So. Okay. That's where I'll end that.
Okay, so that was good discussion. And by the way, I think I speak for the other three. We don't hate Fall Out Boy, correct?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, fair enough. So that asks the question now, how does Fall Out Boy die in the Coliseum? I've got an idea. Hear me out on this. A giant construct tower all the way about 30 stories high goes up. They're lifted to the top of it. Brendan Urie's standing on the top of the platform with them, pushes them all off and says, "Here's your high hopes."
Can we reference a better Panic song?
Yeah.
Okay, feel free.
Well,
There's a giant.
Says, not tragedies.
There's a giant door. There's a giant door on top of this precipice. He slams it shut in their faces, and then they fall backwards.
Should have closed the goddamn door.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, no, it's much better to handle these kinds of things with a sense of poise and rationality.
It's gonna be
throwing them off a building.
Yes.
That fits.
Come here, Patrick.
There we go.
You know?
Cool.
See,
It's falling with style.
yes.
At least it's not.
At least it's not falling in reverse.
Oh,
I'm sorry. You gave me that opening, and I had to take
Ronnie,
it. I had
please,
to
leave
take
me
it.
alone.
I'm sorry. I promise I won't bring it up again. Okay.
What? Did something happen? I'm confused.
No.
Okay.
No, nothing.
I'm unaware. Excuse me. I have no idea what's going on. See, we're gonna go to the next suggestion. See how nice that was, though, everyone watching. That was a nice one. That wasn't garbage. Learn from that.
Civil discourse.
Gonna go click
job,
over
people.
here
Good job.
and stop. Okay, that it's rough, but I get it, and it does make sense. Beatles versus Stones.
Okay.
Does everyone have an opinion?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You actually blinked out when you said it on my end. What was
Beatles
that?
versus Rolling Stones.
Ooh. I suppose I've got something. I got something. I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for the Beatles, 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Okay, unanimous. Okay, and that's what I yeah, and that's fine. I'll start myself. I was not the craziest Beatles fan for their early stuff. It took a few years on their career, but once it started going, especially the later stuff, like near the second half of the 60s, that is timeless.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've never felt that strong of music. As good as the Rolling Stones are, I've never felt that strong of music in any of their discography. That compares to that level of what the Beatles did. That's all I'm going to leave it at. John, you went last time. Let's have you go.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was going to pick up a thought right there anyways. Like you said, starting with like around Rubber Soul, they just really started going through this phase of music that still holds up incredibly well to this day. People still talk about both bands a ton,
Yes.
but I will admit that I know more of, I listened to everything the Beatles have put out pretty much, and I can't say the same for the Stones, so perhaps there's some bias in there. I don't dislike the Stones at all, but just those albums that are in there from Rubber Soul really all the way through up at least like Abbey Road, I just love.
Yeah.
So
fair enough. Crash, why don't you go? Why the Beatles?
Honestly, I would say, even though I would say I prefer their late 60s stuff too, personally, even their earlier stuff, from when they started out, for 60s pop, it was revolutionary. It completely rewrote the rule book and changed what rock music would become ultimately. I don't think rock music would have even survived without the influence and the crazy weird directions that the Beatles took it in. It would certainly look a lot different than what it does today. again, comparing them to the Stones, as classic as the Stones are, they are, at the end of the day, good rock and roll band, just a good boogie woogie band. The Beatles rewrote history in my book. So if you're gonna make them fight, that's that's an edge out. That is an edge out. That's a close bet, but yeah.
Okay, and Mark.
It's pretty neat. For me, it's pretty easy to call this out because I've never liked the Beatles Stones comparison because I don't think the Stones are in the same category as the Beatles. To me, I always put the Stones against the Who.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. And I'll say this. The Beatles never declined in the 70s like the Stones did.
Oh God.
They got better. They got better, but there were downbeat periods for the Stones that the Beatles never really had.
The Beatles weren't even
the Beatles
around
just went for a decade, and that was it.
The Beatles weren't even around in the 70s, and they still were doing better just through their own solo projects and doing everything else. So,
right.
Okay, so no disrespect to the Rolling Stones, but how do they die in the Rock Coliseum? And no old age jokes about Keith Richards, because we're better than that high lowbrow quality.
Oh, this one's easy. They get trapped in a hemisphere where upon the walls are projected images of Mick Jagger dancing to the crossover song he did with will.i.am.
For until they just starve and die, they have to watch that
until Keith Richards needs another fix.
Okay.
So tomorrow, till tomorrow,
until Keith falls out of another tree. That happened.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. See, I want to keep it light because
I agree.
Legends here.
Exactly. I think that's fair. I think the more brutal ones will come later on. So fair enough. Very good discussion. Okay, let's keep it up to all, as of now, the 264 people that are in the chat room, and it's only been 18 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. We're still doing really good. So keep sharing the links too. We want to get as many people watching as possible. That would really help us out a ton.
Right.
So go over here and stop. Okay. I guess that's a good one. I'm trying to conflict my thoughts on it. 3 days grace versus 3 doors down, and I think they did this because of the number 3.
Yeah.
That's about the biggest thing they got in common there.
Pretty much. Yeah.
This is going to be a quick one, but I think I know the answer, maybe.
I hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Okay.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, on the count of 3 for 3 days grace. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs down, John? Or Mark?
No.
Nope.
I was going to say no.
Okay. Are you not deciding?
Well, thumbs down for 3 doors for 3 days here. Yeah.
Okay.
For 3 days, for 3 doors down. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3 to 1. Okay. So we'll go backwards this time. Mark, why do you give the thumbs up to 3 doors down?
The thumbs up, it's not really much of a thumbs up, but okay. I gotta say this, when it comes to 3 doors down, I like Kryptonite. I genuinely like the song. There's a couple singles I will go back to for 3 doors down a lot more than I ever will for 3 days grace. There's just too much bad history as a Canadian and who knows too much behind the scenes with him for 3 days grace for me to support it.
Okay. Yeah. So personal reasons too. That's fine. Okay. Crash, why do 3 days grace get the thumbs up?
To be fair, this is a close race too, but it's more of a race towards the bottom for me necessarily. I would say that 3 days grace have more. I don't know. For me, it's the same. It's kind of the opposite of Mark's situation here. 3 days grace tend to have a few songs I'm more than willing to go back to, a few albums that I would say hold up a little bit better than anything 3 doors down have really done. I can spin 1X or their self-titled debut every once in a while. I don't know, anything outside of Kryptonite I just don't want to hear from 3 doors down. They're just a very bland, very boring,
They're a lighthouse band.
Yeah, they're a lighthouse band.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
And that's not a shot either. That's just,
it's kind of a shot.
Yeah. It's a shot.
It's a shot. I mean, let's be real.
I didn't see it as a shot. Okay, I didn't see it that way. John, why does 3 days grace get the thumbs up?
Oh, I just can't stand 3 doors down.
Okay.
I'm genuinely, I like the first couple of 3 days grace albums. It's not even I like a couple of songs. I genuinely love 1X. That record still holds up to me to this day. But I'll also admit that I have a lot of strong attachment to them just because I grew up with their music. So it's gonna be that way. That, the self-titled, really up through Transit of Venus, all the Atom records, like, I kind of like. If someone's playing that, I'm not going to complain. My favorites are probably Life Starts Now, which was the first album that I ever reviewed on my channel. So, again, nostalgia, attachment, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Okay. For me, it's the Adam Gontier era of 3 Days Grace that puts them over the top. I don't despise Three Doors Down by any means. I made a joke years ago in a video saying Three Doors Down is just a bowl of vanilla ice cream. There's not a thing wrong with it. It's just what it is. And that's fine. People like vanilla. That's fine. It's just Three Doors Down, you get burnt out really fast on past those first two albums, Away from the Sun and The Better Life. Is that the first album?
Yeah. The Better Life was the first one.
Yes, The Better Life and Away from the Sun. With 3 Days Grace, there's a lot more to dive into in 2012 and before. Even though I'm not really as crazy about them now with the new singer, I don't think it's bad. It's just not the same. However, I still think that puts an edge over Three Doors Down. I'll just keep that brief and add to what these
Three Doors Down even still active?
I saw them. I saw them play in 2016. That's when their latest album came out. They had the song "Do It in the Dark," which is about exactly what you think it is.
Was that the one that they played at Trump's inauguration?
I was just about to say.
Oh, right.
That was their latest album.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
real
right.
talk. That's points off in my.
That
book.
album was the one that came out that year. So yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Not the best live band either. Three Doors Down. So
Yeah, no, I've seen them live before.
Singer-
I've
Singer just-
accidentally seen them live before. Yeah.
you accidentally looked over to the side.
There they are. Oh boy.
Then you did
All
this.
right.
Okay, so Three Doors Down has to die in the Coliseum. How did they die? I don't even know where to start with this.
Overexposure to kryptonite?
I guess. Are they Superman though? Are they? Are they
No.
Superman? So how does
No.
Three Doors Down die?
I like that.
Okay, just a massive amount of kryptonite. Like rain? Is it like
Yeah.
dumped on him?
Touche.
Like is it dumped on him or
From
they
a
have to
Batmobile.
Batman comes in and kills Three Doors Down?
Breaks his own rule of using guns, too.
You fine? I thought the Joker taught me I'd never have to kill. I was wrong.
And now, once we've done reenacting Final Crisis here, let's move on.
Ooh. It's everyone's good. Crash, you still hear us?
Yeah, can
Making
you guys
sure.
hear me?
Yep,
Yes.
everyone's good. Okay,
cool,
just making
cool.
sure.
Awesome.
And stop. That's a good one. That's going to spark conversation. See how nice this is, too? We don't have all this trash to deal with. Blink 182 versus Sum 41.
Oh.
Oh, that's a classic.
That is a good
Yeah.
suggestion. Well done for that, though, right?
I had a...
Very good one.
Take a second,
agree.
gather your thoughts. I'll thank all 300 of you in the chat room so far. Thank you for being here while we get our
Oh,
thoughts.
thank you, guys.
Thank you
That's
very
huge.
much.
Keep sharing the link. Keep telling people. We want to get as many people as possible. We'll answer super chats in the second hour. Everyone have a thought for Blink 182 versus Sum 41?
I do.
So, yeah.
I do too. Okay. Blink 182 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Unanimous. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cool.
there we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Had a feeling.
I'll go first for this one. I went last time. I love Sum 41.
Yeah.
But at the same time, their ability and their talent, like their follow through in all their albums, from Does This Look Infected all the way up to the later stuff, even the more recent stuff, that one, the 13,
13 voices.
there you go. It still does not hold up to the thorough quality Blink-182 had throughout each album. Even at their most ridiculous, when they were trying to just not do anything serious, Blink-182 still had an edge. They still had so much more replay value in their music. And I love Sum 41, but even I have to say Blink-182 takes it. Even with Matt Skiba in California, which I kind of liked a lot of the songs on that one.
Good songs on there.
I'm with you on there. Yep.
So so that's just for me, Blink-182. Mark, why does Blink-182 get the thumbs up?
I think if I'm doing the comparison, I just think Blink has a little bit more consistency when it comes to the albums. I think Sum 41 hit some bigger highs, but I also think Blink-182 had a longer coast out when it comes to their album run. I think some just gets a little uneven at spots. That's just me.
Okay,
Sure.
fair enough. Crash, why do they get the thumbs up? Blink-182.
I would say they honestly my opinions mirror Mark's a lot more. The consistency is just there for Blink-182. And Some has had some pretty low dipping points. Like the album the like 2 albums prior to 13 Voices, before the big comeback.
Yeah,
the mid to late 2000s,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, those are hard to
Underclass
ignore.
Hero.
Yeah.
That's
the one, yeah.
Those
Yeah,
are
that one's pretty rough.
There we go. Yeah, those are hard to push aside, but at the same time, I would say Blink-182 are one of those bands that basically invented, not full-blown invented, but they helped shape their genre they helped guide the directions that pop punk was going to take throughout the late 90s and the 2000s. Pop punk would not sound like it does today if not for Blink's influence. Some are good at what they do, but Blink-182 basically made the game.
Some were playing to a sound that was older in some way. Like they were playing to an older brand of pop.
I think I kind of see that too, maybe a little bit more. Because again, Blink-182 had their goof off times too, so that they were part of MTV's generation, the TRL days too. Sum 41 not as much. So John, why did Blink-182 get the thumbs up?
Well, to quote Blink-182 themselves, roller coaster, favorite ride. Even though it's been a little bit of a up and down in places, I still just come back to their stuff so much. Even the record that part of me when I was like 18, whenever Neighborhoods came out, the very divisive record, that is the one that I go back to the most now. And it's crazy how that's worked out for me. So I definitely think that they stayed consistent in the album format. I said in my top 10 Sum 41 songs video that I did that they're less of an albums band for me and more of like a pick and choose certain songs and singles type thing. And Sum 41 did have their humor too, especially in the earlier days. Like they had that one song where they like rapped or whatever. Maybe it was on like their first EP, but they started taking themselves a little bit too seriously on some places and it didn't really work out. But I don't dislike Sum at all. They got a lot of great songs. 13 Voices wasn't bad by any means. There were some good songs on there, but Blink are just one of my favorites. So
okay, awesome. Crash, are you still there? You froze up a bit. All right, do you guys still see Crash?
He's glitching out a little bit.
Okay. So we'll take a second to have him come back. And also, while he's on his way back, how does Sum 41 die in the Rock Coliseum? I don't even know.
Yeah, that's a tough call.
I don't want them to die hard. Oh, easy. They get a big fat lip.
To death?
Sorry,
does
Crash,
this look
back?
Infected?
Yes, it does. You're going to die.
Yeah. Crash, we got you. You're back. We can hear you. We can see you now. Maybe not.
Or can we?
Beautiful.
Okay, good, Crash. We can hear you. Okay. So I think we're talking about Sum 41. A fat lip to death, though. An infected
fat lip gets infected, and they're like, does this look infected? And we're like, yes, you're going to die.
Yes, you're in too deep. Okay, so
and they swear they're going under.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Doctor's like, you liking all these puns, guys?
Making it work.
Yeah. Okay, so Sum 41 unfortunately had to go. So Crash, I'm wondering, because he keeps skipping out and freezing.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm having some technical issues on my end. I don't know exactly what's causing it.
It was stabilized, I think.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as we can hear you for
so.
now, yeah. So so it's coming back. It's getting a little bit better.
Okay.
If you have to just go on audio and like wait a couple minutes then try again, maybe that'll help out too.
God.
It's okay. Crash has got that real serious face. Nope, that ruined everything. He dropped out of the call. There we go. Crash, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you. Yeah, like turn your
no.
webcam off.
Don't do this.
Yeah.
Don't drop out of the call. Just turn the
bit.
video off just for a bit to let it build up.
Okay, let me try.
There you go. Can you still hear us?
Okay, I can.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I think I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
Right, that's good.
We'll do one round. Like we'll do one band versus band, and then we'll figure it out. You'll just have to shout thumbs up or thumbs down because I can't see what you're doing.
It looks like his picture. He's just giving the thumbs up to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. That's a little weird, but okay, we'll figure it out.
Okay. So for the next one, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Huh. Well then. AFI versus Rise Against.
Ooh.
Oh, damn it. Oh.
That's really tough. That's fucking...
That's super tough.
Man.
Oh, why? Who suggested
We're gonna
that?
no matter what we say, we're gonna give the wrong answer for a lot of people.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God. Yes.
I wish we could like say a certain period of AFI.
That would
Right?
help. That would help. Yeah.
Okay, everyone have a answer for it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Crash, try turning your video on now.
Okay. Oh, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we
Yay.
look good.
We're good. We're good.
All right. Let's
Okay.
hope it
Let's do
stays stable
Okay,
here.
let's see if we get the thumbs
you
up.
look good
Okay.
there.
For AFI, 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Okay. Compared to Rise Against, I gotta.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unanimous.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Really? Wow.
I was not expecting that.
I was not
Holy
either.
Shit.
Hey, if they had specified a certain period of
Yeah,
AFI,
I think you're
maybe-
right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Okay, so Rise Against wins unanimously. I was not expecting that either. I thought it'd be more split, but that's a hard one to
Wow.
call.
That's a tough one.
John,
Yeah, for
why don't
sure.
you go first? Why does Rise Against win?
Rise Against are still putting out really good quality music.
They are.
And AFI's last EP, granted, The Missing Man was better than the Blood album, but
That was
you
a
know,
shocker.
AFI,
Yeah.
they've kind of fallen off since at least December Underground in my eyes, you know, since that era. Rise Against, they're still putting out good stuff. I liked Wolves.
Wolves was solid.
Wolves was great.
Yeah,
Solid.
it was
Wolves
really
was great.
solid. Even
Yeah.
Mark and I reviewed The Black Market together. That was
Yeah,
our
that
first
was-
collab.
Yeah.
And, you know, that album grew on me over time. So,
Good.
Yeah.
yeah, it definitely did. I think that Rise Against have been kind of killing it since their earlier, very punk days to
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
where they've kind of mellowed out some, but they also still have a lot of genuine protest in them that feels real. Like, it doesn't feel like they're forcing something. It actually feels like they've got good messages and strong messages packed into their songs that I can often get behind, and the music to match.
Yeah.
Right. That sounds good to me. Crash, why do Rise Against get the thumbs up? Crash, can you hear us? Too bad.
Shoot. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you fine.
Uh,
Crash, can you hear us?
then here.
Okay, Mark.
Look like a
Mark,
kid
why
that
don't,
got
okay,
called.
Mark, why
Yeah,
don't
Mark,
you go?
Mark, go ahead. Let me
Sure.
make sure I'm still stable.
I think for me, when it comes to I think for Rise Against, they're just a more consistent band. They remind me of some of the punk bands that came out of the '90s, had staying power longer term. I think they're just a more stable act in terms of their sound, and they've matured very well. And that's a lot. I don't think they've quite hit some of the heights that AFI has hit at their best,
Sure.
but ultimately, I prize the stability for longer that Rise Against has had. And let's be honest, they do have a couple classic albums, like especially early on. I think their second album is just absolute fantastic for me. So I will consistently go back to Rise Against. Whereas for AFI, they've got their low points, and I can't go back to them in the same way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll go. Crash, if you can hear us, I'm going to go now. So for me, Rise Against, you can talk about low points and high points. I think Rise Against, while it may not have had the cult following for that scene style that AFI had hard, Rise Against still performs to a certain level in their albums. You can tell there's a sincerity in what they're doing. Not to mention, they still put on a great live show. Years after, now they're all mature and older. I saw them with Deftones. They're still killing it. I mean, after all these years, and they still get stuff. I don't know. It's just hard to say, like, Appeal to Reason and things like that really stand out
Yeah.
for me. That's the big one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still feel their consistency and their ability to not fade out hard or have such a fallout album or just a head-scratching album is like what puts them over the top of AFI. No
Yeah.
shot against AFI, like I'm fine. I just like this one. So, Crash,
Yeah.
if you can hear us, go for it.
Yeah, I figures this would be the one I have all the technical issues for. But yeah, about to say I'm a huge AFI fan. Like, like I would say that some of their best records are some of the best stuff we got out of like the late '90s and early 2000s. Even like some of their mid '90s ultra heavy punk stuff is still really goddamn
Yeah.
legit. But yeah, like a lot of you guys said, they have not been holding it together very well recently. And compared to it, see, again, it's death by comparison, because compared to Rise Against, the Rise Against with their catalog and their consistency of work, and like I said, you compare the 6, 7 Rise Against albums we have, whatever it is, to the catalog of AFI, which is much bigger and much broader, but there are much harsher, sore spots in AFI's catalog, in my opinion. Like, Rise Against is consistent. Rise Against have been absolutely killing it for years now, for flat out a decade now. And AFI cannot say that. As good as some of their stuff has been, they cannot attest to that. So, yeah, even as an AFI fan, it breaks my heart to have to do it. But yeah, this trophy goes to Rise Against, bar none.
I think those are really good points. I think we're all on the same page. Again, I was not expecting it all to be on the same reasoning too, but that makes sense.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
So that was a good one, though. That was a good suggestion. How does AFI die in the Coliseum, though?
In a river of my tears. That hurt. That hurt me, guys. Oh.
All right.
Can I ask really quickly?
It hurt your connection, too.
Yeah.
Can I ask really quickly, what does everyone think of Sing the Sorrow? Because I've been loving that album recently.
Oh, that's
Dude,
fine.
That's my favorite AFI.
That's my favorite, too.
Yeah, I will never complain about that one, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, that one rules. Oh, yeah.
Just wanted to say.
That was like the heyday kind of for them, too, right?
Oh,
that
was the combination of their sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2000,
I might be wrong about the year, but yeah. So
2003.
2003. Okay. But yeah, so that's a good one. So Crash, we're gonna super hydrate and hang him over on in some type of bungee cap cord. There you go, and have him start crying over AFI as teardrops start raining over them.
The black rain.
Yeah.
I'll bleed black for you.
Yes. And he'll be dancing through Sunday.
Will the puns ever end?
The Leaving Song Part 2 reference. I don't know.
Luke, you have to wait until we all get together.
I know,
It's
right?
going to be a stream of references.
Yes.
That's only how we talk. That's it.
Endlessly, he says. Crash got it.
I got you, dude.
Okay. And keep it up. Keep the super chats coming. Thank you. There's still over 300 people in the chat. Really appreciate it. Tell your friends. Share the links. Want to get more people in here. And stop.
Damn, chat's blowing up right now.
Yeah, they're going crazy with suggestions. And Luke has the "oh God, why" look on his face. Oh no! What do you got, man? Just hit us with it.
On us.
Just hit us with it, man.
Puddle of Mud versus Stained.
Didn't I say this one earlier that someone was going to say that?
You did.
You totally did. Yeah.
Okay, I can do this.
Sure, I guess.
Sure, I guess too.
Yes.
Oh no.
Man, okay, yes, I can do this one. This is the reverse of all the other ones we had, too.
I can't even think of...
I have an answer.
This is not a fun one by any means.
It's been so long since I've gone back to either of these bands.
The bands don't even go back to those bands that often anymore, either.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay, everyone have an answer?
Yep.
All right, we'll start with Puddle of Mud.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Wait, which band are we taking?
Puddle of Mud.
Puddle of Mud, yeah.
Unanimous.
Unanimous. I figured it would be.
Okay. I'll start just because I have quick thoughts on this. At least Aaron Lewis is a talented guitar player and has proven his versatility in that. So that is something. Not everything Stained has done has been... Most of it, but not all of it, has been the detention desk writings of the emo kid who can't stay out of detention and then goes back to his rich kid family house and just plays video games all day screaming that no one understands him. Not everything is like that. Puddle of Mud, there's such a lack of quality in every album, and it keeps getting worse as it goes on. And even the stuff that people loved back in the day has not aged well, in my opinion. And... both bands are coming back.
Yeah.
Wait to see how Wes fucks up this time.
Stained is coming back in September, and Puddle of Mud's Mudfest is going on strong. So,
Mudfest.
Okay, sorry to break this. When I sent that Mudfest banner to these guys in our group chat, when I first saw it, I was like, ha ha, another fake festival thing, ha ha ha. Then I saw it was an event. And they were selling tickets. It's for reals. And I sent it to them. Their reactions to, oh my gosh, it was great.
It's pretty much identical to the reactions that we're actually having right now.
In real life,
Pretty
we're all just
much.
like,
Disbelief.
Disbelief.
The effect is not worn off.
Yeah. So who would like to go next? I'll leave it to you guys. Why does Puddle of Mud die in the Coliseum? Why does Stained get to live in the Coliseum?
I'll say, you know what? I'll say this. I think even if I find all of Stain's music absolutely detestable, for what they were trying to do, there was a tonal consistency.
Yeah.
I despised a lot of what they were doing. I thought the writing was tremendously adolescent.
Yeah.
But there is an audience which I can see holding on to that and cherishing that tiny sliver of quality, whatever it was. In comparison with Puddle of Mud, they've just been an ocean of crap. And in terms of, it's just shoddy workmanship at the end of the day. At the end of the day, there's at least some polish with Stained.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Well said.
Fair. Yeah.
John, why does Puddle of Mud die and Stained get to live?
I will say I still like Blurry and do like that song. Mainly probably because I played it on like Rock Band so many times back in the day.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
Okay.
Stained, kind of like with what Mark was saying, there was a consistency to their sound, and it was, I guess, well enough for assembled for what it was. And there's a couple of songs that I think are okay, despite the ones that are so overplayed, like It's Been a While, Outside, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Both of them, like, there's still certain radio stations around here that just love to play the biggest hits of both of these bands. So I really don't care either way, but I guess
I've heard It's Been a While at karaoke so many times.
Yeah,
How is that a karaoke song?
Because it's the same bros who sang With Arms Open. This is how you remind me. Crawling. It's the end. Like,
yeah, the guy who does It's Been a While at karaoke. You don't take that guy home.
That guy goes home with a girl every night.
Every time.
Well, of course.
Yeah, his mom has to pick him up. Of course he goes home with a girl every time.
Bam! That's a good one.
I nailed it.
That's funnier than it should be.
The guy who sings He Hates Me goes home with nobody.
Yeah, no.
Yeah!
Oh, God.
Wes
At least we
Scantlin sings.
hope.
Yeah, his name's Wes Scantlin. He goes home with nobody.
Savage! Savage!
Crash, why does Puddle of Mud die and Stain get to live?
Because Wes Scantlin doesn't need a rock career. Wes Scantlin needs help. I mean, like, again, it's just Stained wins by just barely. Stained just wins because they got put up against Puddle of Mud.
Okay, there you go. That's a good way to put it. Okay.
Yeah.
Both of their frontmen have a history of lashing the hell out at
The
crowds.
fans, big time too.
Yes.
Not just occasional, big times repeatedly.
All the time.
Yeah.
Aaron Lewis was in the news last week for that.
Yeah, yelling at Mexico and Texas. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Believe me, it gives me no joy to let Stain win this competition. But
All right.
Wes Scantlin doesn't need a career, he needs help. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
So how does Puddle of Mud die in the Coliseum? I think we
With
did one on it
Stained
before.
on the outside looking in.
No, that's not good enough for this one. Actually, yes. So we have to say Stain's sitting on the outside. Crash
They're
goes up-
almost there. They're almost.
So like there's like we have to stare at Stain going, this is gonna be you next time if you don't step it up.
So, okay, here it is. Here's what it is. Composting.
On the side of the road somewhere.
Just shoveling it on top of them.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some commemoratory trees, like when some people die at work and they plant a tree for them.
And then anoint them with Bud Light. Lime.
Yeah.
oh, ew, yeah.
Plant a lime tree.
There we go.
This tree was
Perfect.
fertilized by Puddle of Mud and West Scantlin. See how the branches droop really low and are of poor quality, and the fruit doesn't bear anything worth eating.
This has shaggy blonde branches.
All
And it
right.
only grows in Florida.
They'll still eat it, though. They will still eat it.
I know.
Heck
that's
yeah,
the
they
problem.
Dude, that margarita recipe has already been made. I promise you.
Jimmy Buffett's like pulling down the limes for his restaurant.
Jimmy
The
Buffett
dirty
has better
Scantlin.
taste than that.
He does. I agree. I'm just saying, Florida. Florida
The
gets
dirty
into your
Scantlin.
system.
That's the drink name.
Oh, that
Served in a
sounds like
filthy.
something you get it. That sounds like something you pick up at a clinic, not a bar.
Yeah,
I'll
It's
take
served-
a dirty Scantlin on the rocks, please.
It's served in a filthy glass with like stains and fingerprints all over it.
Oh, with stains on it.
I've been to that dive bar before, so I think it was in Lexington.
Anyways.
Crash, you still with us? Crash froze again. Too much. Crash, you still hear us? Crash, you still hear us? May have to have him go on audio
Okay.
again.
Am I? Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Can
Yeah.
you hear?
Yes.
Yes. You're go back to audio just for one while
Yeah,
we pull up
okay,
the next
can
one,
you-
and then we'll bring it back up for the
All
thumbs
right.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, we got time for a few more before we get to the halftime. That was a dumb one. Gross.
That was fun. That was fun, though.
It
That
was
was fun.
fun,
We got
but
some
it
good
was
material out of
dumb.
Oh my god.
Dumb. It was super dumb. I agree.
Okay. We're going to go look over here while Crash is getting his thing. 1, 2, 3.
Um,
Oh no. Come on, it can't be worse than that last one, dude.
It's an,
Can it?
It's an
Could be.
It's the equivalent. Well, maybe not.
No.
okay.
Nickelback
Alright.
versus Theory of a Deadman.
Well, that's easy.
Oh, come
Boo!
on.
Who suggested that?
It's already
Oh.
scrolled up. I don't want to look.
Oh, this one's easy.
Yeah, let's make this one quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's
They don't
not
deserve
dwell
effort on this. We'll save the
They
time for the
don't.
death.
No.
No.
Okay, Nickelback. On 3, 1. Mark's already ready. Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what?
yeah.
Just fucking
Unanimous.
we're all on the same page
You're not
here.
worth a
Who's gonna
countdown.
vote Theory?
Does anyone have any thoughts they want to give before we go to the death?
You have the original, you have the ripoff. The original at least has quality and it's worked with Josh Ramsey. Let's move on.
It does. I agree. Even
There.
early
Coffin.
Nickelback
Nail meat
just
coffin.
fine.
Let's go.
Yes.
I got nothing to add to that. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Boom.
Nickelback
You
had
heard
a.
RX Medicate by Theory? Okay.
It was the
he's
number
close.
one song for way too long. Okay,
Yes.
gentlemen, how does Theory of a Die deserve to die in the Coliseum?
Anonymity.
Overdose.
Yes.
Too much medication.
I mean,
Are you still bored now?
That
Is
was
that too
mean.
mean? I didn't mean for that to sound too mean.
Are you still freaking bored now? Pouring pills down.
Oh,
Overdosing
now
on
I'm
their own
glitching out
music.
too,
On
so I
their
can't
own
hear
music.
you.
Yes. Ugh. I guess they really don't
no.
deserve it. Theory of a Deadman. How do they deserve a good death?
If I can fix that.
Crash. Okay, can you still hear us, Crash?
Yep. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I back?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. As soon as I said that, I immediately glitched out and couldn't hear what you guys said. So,
They overdose. Hangs up on stream.
That's it.
yeah. Oh man.
No. They don't deserve a creative death. I mean, what are they overdosing on? Who cares? Are they dead? Yes, they're dead men. Finally, it's what they wanted.
Stabbed to death by their bad girlfriends.
Yes.
Okay.
Just by women in general, there's going to be like a long line of them waiting to do that. A long line.
I know women who like Nickelback. I don't know any women who
Yeah.
like Theory of a Deadman.
Well
I don't know
said.
anyone who
Same
likes Theory of
way.
the Deadman.
Same here. Yeah. It's like,
Okay. I'm going to look over here. Let's get a positive one where we don't have to talk about trash. Everybody. Pull this back up.
okay,
Sorry,
come on.
I tabbed
Fingers
out of it.
crossed. Come on.
Okay. And stop. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Thank you for shaking the whatever that was out of it. Blur versus Oasis.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Everyone got it.
Okay.
Everyone
Okay,
got their
cool.
opinion on it? Okay. We'll go with Oasis first. 1,
Yes.
2, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a split? Okay, so it's a split.
It's
And then,
split.
Yeah.
and
it's
then
a split.
Oasis.
It's a split.
Okay. And then Blur
And
too.
then
Okay,
Oasis,
so
yeah.
And then Blur, then it's
so it is a
yeah.
perfect split. Okay, so we'll start with Oasis. John, why does Oasis deserve to live?
Oh God, I've put Blur to kind of qualify my choice here. I've put Blur on this list of bands that I just can't get into. I've talked about that just several times. They're not for me. I've tried at numerous points in my life. One of my old roommates pretty much tried to force me to become their number one fan. Everything Damon Albarn. So I think that kind of soured me on the experience to an extent.
Really?
I'm just
That'll
not
do
crazy
it,
about a
yeah.
ton of their stuff. It doesn't jump off the page to me. And Oasis, despite the fact that their later output was pretty rough.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah,
pretty
it was
bad.
pretty crappy. I discovered them. I think I said this on one of our other streams. I discovered them with this song Lila and ended up like not liking the new material and loving the old stuff. So
Okay.
like their 90s stuff, like from Definitely Maybe, Morning Glory, Be Here Now, all that stuff, like classic stuff that I go back to. I don't have anything like that in Blair's discography for me.
Okay. And I'll add on to mine for Oasis. Like, kind of echoing what he has, Blur for me just never really sunk in outside of a few singles. Good stuff. It's fine. I was a bigger Gorillaz fan, though. And with Oasis, I loved the stuff 97 and before whatever happened to the Gallagher brothers. I still have questions about that. But just especially with What's the Story, Morning Glory, that was the one that really hooked me. So that's short answer, that's why. I like Blur fine, but still the early Oasis is what seals it for me. So on the flip side of that, let's talk about Blur. So Crash, you go first. Why does Blur get the thumbs up?
See, I'm a big Oasis fan myself. I got a big, especially for their first two albums, Definitely Maybe and Be Here Now. They're just classics. You're not going to overwrite whoever we're put them up against. Those two albums just absolutely rule. The problem is Oasis ran out of steam, and it turned out they only really had one major trick that they could pull off. Like, Noel Gallagher only had so much gas in his tank, and it had a clear ending point.
That part,
Blur, even though I don't know, like they are definitely a hard to get into band, but they have the more musically creative side to them. They have way more going on. They seem like just there's so much more you can admire about Blur than Oasis. Oasis was a good enough 90s Britpop band. Blur superseded that. They did more than just be good Britpop. So I gotta give it up. I gotta give respect where it's due.
Okay, fair enough. And Mark?
I'll be pretty quick with this one. I think Blur, they weren't around for long, but they were more consistent with the stuff they have. I'm going back to consistency. I say Oasis had greater highs, but oh my god, the lows.
Yeah,
it's a
those
good
cannot
argument.
be denied.
I've heard all of Be Here Now. I heard
So have I.
for the experiment. I went through all of Oasis's back catalog. It gets rough around the mid 2000s.
It really does.
It
It really does.
and
They
you
were
know
done.
what?
They were done.
They were done. They were done in a half.
Yeah, and that bugs. And I wish Oasis had lasted longer because I think Noel Gallagher, good taste in music. He just hasn't made any of it in decades.
Yes.
You know what he
Bingo.
has made? Booze.
Yeah. Plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty of that.
Yeah. So neither band is going to die in the Coliseum between Blur and Oasis, which is fine. They both have to be smacked around a bit.
Ooh.
Yes. So how does that work? How do we feel Blur and Oasis?
Actually, didn't they smack each other around enough
Yes,
in the
enough
90s?
back
I mean, that
then.
was a real rivalry. So,
Yes.
they're
They're a few years older now, 20 years older. But
Yeah. And Noel was on the Gorillaz album, Humans. So
yeah, so it's yeah. So it has been buried, but Oasis versus Blur in a slap fight, and that one where like they tape your left hand to the pole. And
Wait. This is how we decide Brexit. There we go. One of them, we make one of them leave. We make one of them remain.
Yep.
We figure it out that way.
no one has to die. It's just that's how Brexit's finally going to be settled. Sorry, UK, you really at our mercy now.
To be fair, it would be better than the current process.
No, we'd have an
All
answer.
right.
We'd have a final answer on final. So yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll tell you, you know what? I'll take both of the Gallagher brothers over Theresa May any day. There.
there's
Yeah.
Well, she's getting outvoted by her own parliament and like political people like 200 to 1. So I think they're fed up with her too.
Yep.
Okay, that was a good one. I think we got time for one more. Then we'll go to halftime. Then we'll start going through super chats. These all have been great suggestions for the most part. Couple awful ones, but most of
These
them
have not all
been
been great
fantastic.
suggestions.
these are not up.
But we've had fun.
Most of
We've had fun
them,
with it.
however, have been very
All right, let's get a
solid. So
good
thank
one.
you for that. So let's go over here. Let's see if we can get a good one. Pull this back up and stop. Huh. Okay, that's an interesting one. Excuse me.
Okay.
Shinedown versus Alter Bridge.
Okay.
Ooh. Ooh.
I would not have put those two against each other, but I'm not against it. Yeah.
I see
Not
it.
me either. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you there.
Okay.
Huh.
I think I have an answer.
I think I have one too.
Okay.
I do too.
Everybody?
Yeah.
We'll start with Shinedown first. Shinedown. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And Alter Bridge, the reverse.
Oh, okay.
3-1.
I didn't
enough.
think it would be unanimous, but okay.
3-1. So John, we'll start with you. Why does Alter Bridge get the thumbs up?
I mean, I like Shinedown a lot. I really like both of these bands a lot.
I do
you
too.
know?
It's kind of this is a rough one.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I think I like Alter Bridge more because I feel that they're more underrated, especially like not that they don't ever get played on like mainstream rock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, some of the highest moments of their discography, like Blackbird, Waters
one I think of,
Rising.
yeah.
I mean, Fortress as an album is pretty much impenetrable for me. Like I love that thing start to finish. Even some of their earlier works, I mean, they weren't perfect, but then again, like Shinedown also were a little bit spotty in some of their records. There's not like a Shinedown record that I'm like, oh, I'm in love with this album. And I do have that one in the form of Fortress for Alter Bridge. So that's why they kind of slightly edge out Shinedown for me.
Fair enough. Okay. So on the flip side, Crash, why does it go to Shinedown?
I would say it's kind of the same situation as John's, except it's also the opposites. When it comes to Alter Bridge, they've done some very good stuff, and they are a band more than deserving of the respect that, they get. Like, they are a very solid band for sure, but I would say I just have more of a personal connection. Like, their first album, Leave a Whisper, and Sound of Madness, that's a big one
mine.
that's close to my heart personally. Yeah, see, that's going to be a hard album to top. From a lot of bands, that's just a really good kick-ass album, and again, they're both good bands. Neither one deserves to die in the Coliseum for sure, but yeah, like I got more history with Shinedown, and Brent is an amazing vocalist too.
Can we get an impression of 45, please?
Oh, please. I don't know. With my shoddy connection, I'm half afraid because I'll be screaming out.
It can turn into a dubstep remix.
How does 45 go? I really don't remember. Crash,
Staring down the barrel of a 45.
Crash, can you please remind me how 45 is sang? I don't remember. Brent really has a great voice too, so really try to work on that. What does it sound like?
Staring down the barrel of a 45.
It froze. Oh, it's so good.
That is great. The fucking freeze frame. Can somebody screenshot that? Somebody screenshot that. Okay. It's cutting in and out.
Okay, there. How's that? Did you get enough?
It was better than you even understood.
Why did that sound slightly like Rush singing Down?
Crash, it was better than you'll ever understand.
Fuck, I think I hurt myself doing that. Jesus.
Okay. I'll blow through this very quickly.
Yes.
I don't have much of a history with either band, so I'm defaulting with Shinedown, if only because there's more songs of theirs I've heard I've liked. And there's one fan who's been very persistent in wanting me to review Alter Bridge, and he just got very annoying at one point.
Same with me for Breaking Benjamin. But yeah.
I get that.
However, for me, I love both bands. There are albums in both that I go back to. I think they both have so much going for them. I put a hair, just a little bit for Shinedown, because I think the biggest moments, the biggest singles they've had, and the consistency through some of the albums that stood out. They've had their rough patch, like in the early 2010s, whenever that was. But at the same time, they've gotten so many good things. So is everyone looking at the chat to see how that freaked out? Because...
everybody's. I love the guy who says Crash is a treasure that must be protected.
Yes.
I am.
In a fortress, perhaps?
In a fortress, in an impenetrable fortress. While he sings 40, that's like the wake up call, like the army does. 45, just Crash singing into a bullhorn.
God, that would get tiring after a while.
I'm up! Oh my gosh, I'm awake!
Singing that as Geddy Lee from Rush.
So
don't make me do it again. I might pass out.
We'll save it for the end of the show. So,
Okay.
You got time to recap, catch your breath. Unfortunately, Alter Bridge does die, and that sucks. But Alter Bridge has to die in the Coliseum, and I think the only way to do it is have Scott Stapp forcibly join Alter Bridge.
Oh no!
Oh, that's almost cruel.
I agree.
That reunion.
The Coliseum is not fair, gentlemen. That's how it works.
That's true.
Like-
That's very true.
Miles Kennedy is like really ripping with his vocals. He's getting into like an emotional stuff. Scott Stapp comes in and just starts jutting out with arms wide open over the wrong song.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Like that's just
No,
terrible.
same
Mark-
here. That's like, oof.
Mark Tremonti just stares down his guitar. Dang it, not again. Oh,
Yeah, give Mark
man.
a break here. Give Tremonti
Let's give
a break here.
Mark has some. He really has.
Okay, we are right at the halfway point, so we're going to take a quick break. If you guys need to go to the bathroom, everyone watching, thank you again. Crash, do me a favor. It's freezing a little bit, so just go to audio for now while we're at halftime. Can you hear us, Crash?
Time.
Crash, can you
We're
hear
doing
us?
the halftime show again.
Yeah, can you
Yeah.
guys hear me okay?
Yeah, Crash, go to audio while we're at halftime, just to see if that helps with your connection. And then,
no.
Crash, can you hear us?
Oh, am I back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Crash,
All right.
Crash, go to audio just while we're at halftime to see if that
Sure
helps with the
thing.
connection. So
No
while we're here
worries.
at halftime, if you want to get something to drink, go for it now. We're going to go through as many super chats as we can. Thankfully, we started an hour earlier too, in case we have to spend another 5 minutes if these gentlemen are up for it. Hopefully you
Yeah,
guys
sure.
are okay. Hopefully you guys are doing
yeah.
good. Hopefully everything else is going okay for you watching. We have 312 people still in the chat room and growing, which is huge. So thank you guys
very
again
much,
for
guys.
sticking with us. Not only just tuning in, but staying here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We really appreciate that. It's rare to see live streams like this for channels like actually get this many people consistently stay and not just in and
yeah.
out. So while we're at halftime, we're talking about so many different things. Sonic Temple, I know we talked about in the podcast I've talked with all three of you. Talked about all the fun things we're going to see. I hope you guys, have any of you been to a DWP festival before?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
Yes, I have.
There will be some weird from the attendees,
That's any
I've been to
festival.
music festivals
Yes.
before.
Yeah, I was that's any festival.
but it's more in black leather and lingerie.
Hey, trust me, I was there
And-
for Tools Day at Boston Calling.
There,
Guys,
okay,
those were
there
some
you go.
intense fans.
There you go. And
I go to a metal bar on a regular basis.
okay, just making
Mark
sure
will
you
be
know.
fine.
Welcome
You
to
haven't
Rock.
seen my You guys have not seen my festival attire.
I have not.
Oh, tell me it's not Coachella outfits.
Is it
Oh,
janties?
God, no.
Are you wearing janties?
Janties? Leather janties.
No.
Lanties?
What is wrong with you? No.
I'm not posing for any photos with Mark if he's in that.
Waist up though.
I
Maybe in the
wouldn't
waist
post pretty
up.
photos of me if I was in that. No, I've got stuff because when I went to Reading Festival last year, everyone before going to Reading Festival, we had a day where people went shopping specifically to get festival wardrobes. And I always felt really good because I felt I came ahead of time and I was prepared.
Nice.
Yeah.
Smart.
We should all get there a day early and just do a parody video where we go shopping for our outfits and do a try-on haul.
We go to a Target
You know-
or a TJ Maxx.
Yeah, TJ Maxx. Ross dress for less.
Yes.
You know, it's Forever 21 where we would end up getting the most stuff. It's
Forever
Yeah.
21.
It's that balance of quasi trendy but not as expensive as
Yeah,
Hot
I
Topic.
agree.
Yes.
We gotta find that one store in the mall like where someone even remotely recognizes us, like one of the employees, and like
Yes.
allows us to film in the
Yeah,
Forever
we need
21.
to do a montage of all
Yeah.
of us walking out and then all of us like shaking our heads like no
No.
and yeah.
Going, throwing clothes out of the changing room. No, I look awful. I look terrible. Why?
If we do that, I'm subjecting all of you to me and booty jorts.
And a cowboy hat.
That's your punishment. That's your
Cowboy
punishment.
hat and leather janties.
Welcome to Ohio.
Bitches.
Scary thing is that you know that there are some acts that are going to be, there's going to be A, people who are wearing that,
Yeah, yeah.
and B, there's going to be people who
Yes.
are going to be, there would be fans who would look from us.
Yes, correct.
And I can't wait to meet these people. It's gonna be great.
So intense. We'll see them. We'll see them coming too. It's not that they can hide. So
And that's true.
Yeah.
man,
Can't hide style.
that's what
Yeah, you
wanna
can.
call it. Yeah, it's called. They'll come in the trench coat as soon as they get their ticket scanned. I'm free. Boom.
I don't think any of us want to imitate flashers here, or the "It's Raining Men" video.
It's
Is that the montage song while we're doing the Dress It's Raining Men?
yes, it
No,
is. It's
no.
raining men.
It's
Hallelujah.
raining men.
Okay,
Careful, Luke. You'll get striked.
If only that happens,
Yeah.
you can find a heavy metal cover of that, which I'm
Yes.
fairly certain exists.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm
someone has
I'm
that.
positive that exists.
Yeah,
somewhere.
for sure.
Somebody's done that.
Yeah.
Not raining blood. It's raining men.
It's raining blood. Hallelujah.
It'd be hilarious if Judas Priest covered that song.
Yeah, I'd be down.
See Rob belting that out.
Rob has a sense of humor. He'd be up for it.
Well, Rob has a sense of humor, and he could probably pull it off because that's not an easy song to sing.
He's one of
It
the
is
few that
not.
could. Yeah.
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 Okay, Crash, if you want to try your video now, we'll go jump into the super chats. Can you hear us?
There we go.
Okay. You look good. Everyone else is good. Thank you guys for joining us back in. Please tell your friends, share the links. It's time for the super chats. We'll go through as many as possible. However, if we can't get to them all, we'll make sure the document again. We're going to try to speed through these a little bit quicker, but not super fast, because we want to get to like who we think is better or worse. So, super chats. From Toon Dude 10, Babymetal versus Love Bites. Does anyone not know?
I don't know Love Bites.
I don't
fair
either.
enough. Okay, Crash, you do?
I know. Yeah.
Okay, on 3. Babymetal. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're split because I put for Love Bites.
Okay, we're split.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
both live. I just think Love Bites is a lot more technically sound and proficient, and these ladies know how to play everything, and they have more going for them. Crash, why for Babymetal?
I feel like the technical proficiency is still there, and I don't know, the cutesy gimmick. I'm just a sucker for cute shit. I just gotta give it up.
Have you seen Love Bites? They're awesome and adorable.
I mean, they're adorable too, but not like Babymetal adorable.
That is
You ain't
true.
gonna compete
Babymetal
with
makes
that.
that is true. I agree. They're
Yeah.
they're Gerber baby levels of adorable. I agree. So they both
That is
live.
true.
They both have to be smacked around. They're
Don't smack babies.
Babymetal. It's different. They're 19.
Oh yeah, you're right. They're 19.
Yeah.
So we're abusing women.
They're
So now we can hit them because they're of age.
Happy 18th birthday, Junior.
Wow.
Really? That was the dark one. All the things that are said in these Rock Coliseums, and I'm the one that went too far. Okay, got it. I got it.
Oh.
So,
I'm
as
seeing the chat.
No,
FBI.
moi, Luke Senpai.
I'm looking at the chat.
Someone said, and demonetized.
Yeah, there it is.
That's why we got super chats.
Yeah.
These super chats are keeping the channel going. Thank you guys again, because now that I'm not going to be able to use ad revenue, this is really helpful.
That's true. That's true.
That is very true.
So I think their punishment should be they have to come both do tours in the United States, and tickets are dirt cheap, and yeah.
Yeah, they have to play a Florida show there.
No, 10 Florida shows. It's a Florida tour.
Yeah, just through Florida.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just what they both come here. This is what America's really like? Really?
Yeah, they'll
Yes.
never
Not
come
so bad.
back. We will never get them again. That would be.
That's rough.
Sad.
That punishes us. Okay.
Yeah, that punishes us more than them. But
Okay, from Jake, Red Hot Chili Peppers versus Faith No More.
yeah.
Everyone
Oof.
have an
Fair on
opinion?
this one.
This is a rough one. Okay. Everyone got an opinion?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Red Hot Chili Peppers. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm super hesitant. And then the flip reverse for Faith No More. And Mark's. Okay, so
Yeah.
Mark, we'll let you go. Why Faith No More gets the thumbs up?
You can make the same arguments with regards to consistency with both bands, but I think just for the shorter discography and the two genuine classics that I would argue that Faith No More put out, I think they hold up a little better than the rest of Chili Peppers. That's just for me, though.
Okay, fair enough. I love Faith No More, even the later stuff, and with Patton and everything that they've done. It's just Red Hot Chili Peppers have such an embodiment for that style and alternative. They've created such an icon. Even albums going back, not even to Blood Sugar Sex Magic and Hot Minute, but like also thinking of Californication, things you listen to all the way through. And as much as I love Faith No More, I just have to give it to Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't even love everything Red Hot Chili Peppers has done, but I just feel they still get the edge on that one. So Crash, why does Red Hot Chili Peppers get the thumbs up?
Guys, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt, so I don't know if it'll
What kind of
What
kind of webcam live stream is this?
Yeah. Oh, now we're
Takes it all
demonetized.
off.
Now we're demonetized.
Want to see how big of a fan I am of Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah, but no,
I
guys,
see it. Yeah.
I'm Team Red Hot Chili Peppers
Okay.
here. No disrespect to Faith No More, certainly, but yeah, man. Again, that's the childhood history thing. It's personal when it comes to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Fair
Faith
enough.
No More rule, but
Yes.
Red Hot Chili Peppers rule my heart.
Aww.
Well said.
Well, that was lovely. John, why does Red Hot Chili Peppers get the thumbs up?
Well, Luke, I think you kind of said it yourself there. No disrespect at all to Faith No More, but when you mentioned Californication and those albums that you listen to from start to finish, by the way, another huge one that you just sit back and just mellow the hell out to. So many songs, and then they got their more upbeat, funky stuff, and even their fucking double albums like Stadium Arcadium rule. I love the Chili Peppers. They're one of my top 10 favorite bands, so easy answer for me.
Well said. So, unfortunately, as much as this hurts, like Alter Bridge, how does Faith No More die in the Coliseum? I don't even know.
A midlife crisis.
Oh.
Force-fed those ghost peppers, like in Hot Ones. Just force-fed ghost peppers, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, until they die.
That would suck.
Yeah.
That would suck. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. I bet Pat would have some great screams, though, for like recording for another album.
Yeah.
No, here's what we do. We feed Mike Patton the Insanity Peppers from The Simpsons, and then that's the next Mr. Bungle album.
Fair enough. I like it. Okay. Going next, from Tom Randall, Joy Division versus Siouxsie and the Banshees.
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
Oh,
An
not
interesting
fair.
one.
I am not super
Not fair at all.
Yeah.
Not fair at all, but interesting.
Say it again. It cut out on my end. I'm sorry.
Siouxsie and the Banshees versus Joy Division.
Okay, don't know the first, so gotta sit out.
I'm really not super familiar with both, just Joy Division I am, not with Banshees.
Yeah, Joy Division, same.
So
thumbs
we'll
up for
let this
Joy
be-
Division, but I don't know.
Exactly. So we'll leave this to Mark and Crash. So on 3 for Joy Division. 1, 2, 3.
Boom.
Okay, and flip. Okay.
Okay.
And then flip for Siouxsie and the Banshees. Okay.
And then flip for Siouxsie and the Banshees. Yeah.
Okay, so Crash, why does Joy Division get the thumbs up?
Again, it's one of those things where no disrespect to Siouxsie and the Banshees. They were
Right.
great. They're
You better
punk
not.
icons. Yeah, of course. No, yeah. No, Siouxsie and the Banshees deserves a ton of respect. But again, Joy Division is just one of those bands that they molded the scene that they were a part of. They weren't around for long, and there are definitely qualms to have with Joy Division for sure. But I cannot deny. Like some of the stuff they put out was some of the best stuff of the 80s.
Right.
It just doesn't get too much better than Joy Division, period, in terms of like post-punk and especially as a New Order fan, like I love the New Order
You can't
theme
count
from
New
Joy
Order.
Division, so
Can't count
that's
New
going to
Order.
be big props in my book. What's that?
You can't count New Order.
Okay, that's fair, yeah. but you get what I'm trying to get at here. Like
I do, but here's my point. When it comes to, I completely agree with you that Joy Division molded the post-punk scene. And they have so thoroughly molded it that so many legions of bands have come to rip them off.
Touche.
Siouxsie is one of a kind.
touche. That is a hell
Now,
of a
granted,
touche.
she's had a lot of women who've come into the scene and imitated a lot of the style that she put forward, but nothing quite sounds like her ethereal tones. Yeah. And this will be one of the times I actually appreciate when she was sampled by The Weeknd. Turned out really well.
Oh,
It got him his start.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
actually.
either.
I didn't either.
Interesting. Okay. So
Very
they both
legit.
live. How do Joy Division and Siouxsie and the Banshees get smacked around, though?
Oh man, I hate to smack around a band that doesn't have a member that's still around.
Yeah. Joy Division already suffered.
Yeah, Joy Division suffered enough.
Yeah.
And honestly, so did Siouxsie. She had some rough spots.
Yeah,
we
she
just give
did.
them a shoulder to cry on.
Yes.
That's what
And
we
we
do.
take away their shoulders to cry on.
There we go.
yeah.
Let's say
The psych. Come here. It'll be
we use-
okay.
we use love
Push him
to
in a
tear them
puddle
apart.
and then walk away laughing. Okay.
There
Into
we
a
go.
puddle of mud.
No, they don't deserve.
Oh no!
Okay, too far. Too far.
no.
On the
Too far.
on the compost ashes of that's still in the Coliseum. We didn't even clean it off for him. Oh.
Move on.
From Jake, Rob Zombie versus Marilyn Manson.
Oh, let's see.
Ooh.
Easy one for me. So
Yeah, pretty easy for me, too.
okay,
Yep.
everyone got one?
It's fairly easy for me, but yeah, there's stuff to talk about here.
We'll start from Rob Zombie. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. And then we
Okay.
have the flip for
And then
Marilyn
flip,
Manson. Yep. So,
Yeah.
okay, we'll go with the dissenter. So, John, why does Marilyn Manson get the thumbs up?
Oh, God, yeah, it's putting me on the spot. I really didn't know if it would go like that or not. But I didn't know you guys like Rob Zombie that much. Jeez. I don't know. I don't really have a good argument for this one. I just personally like the music that Marilyn Manson's put out more. And I've even liked some of the recent albums like Pale Emperor and stuff. Like, not full, but there's still songs on there that I really like. And I never really go out of my way to listen to a ton of Rob Zombie.
Okay. For me, I have gone out of my way to listen to Rob Zombie quite a bit, actually. Even some of the recent stuff that he's done. He has a new album coming out this year.
Oh,
It's
really?
shorter. Yeah, he does. It's shorter, but it's still solid. And I think what puts me over, because I love the music behind Marilyn Manson, not so much the lyrics and the writing, but the music itself. But Rob Zombie has much more just enjoyable, fun, hard rock that you just blast. And I think that's what kills it for me. Like, just listening to Dracula again over and over is something I can never get tired of.
Yeah.
And also,
I mean-
and also one more thing, Rob Zombie has a killer live show. He is one of the best. And, yeah, so.
So does Marilyn Manson, though.
He does.
Like,
I put Rob Zombie over
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson. I do. Live. Live I do, anyway. So, Mark, why does Rob Zombie get the thumbs?
You know, I'm going to use an analogy to this. I don't know if any of you guys saw the meme picture of Marilyn Manson and Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds together. Nick Cave's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He's got his arms slung around Marilyn Manson. He's got
I've
this
seen
big,
this.
like, half-drunken smile on his face. And that always stuck out to me because you have a man who is a genuine icon of the scene, who doesn't take himself that seriously and can be just as twisted, but also enjoy himself.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson never looks like he's having any fun. And somehow he got married to Dita Von Teese. Like, I don't know what she sees in him.
It's a part of his vibe. It's an art statement.
Yeah.
I guess.
Dita should have better taste.
Huh. I didn't even know they were
So
married
should Paige.
together.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
Wait, is
Again,
Paige
the dumb Tish.
I don't get that one either. What's going on? I don't get it.
Yeah, Paige, come on.
And Crash, why
I would just say that Rob Zombie is just more fun to me. Again, he like Rob's aesthetic is more like a wild man, kind of crazy. His stuff is way more rock and metal. Whereas Marilyn Manson, he's putting on more of a darker vibe. He's putting on more of a broody, sort of moody kind of thing, which I have absolutely nothing against. But if we're going to put
that Marilyn Manson presser was pretty good too, by the way.
yeah, oh yeah. If we're gonna put them against each other, again, I'm gonna go with well, like Mark said, I'm gonna go with Rob because Rob looks like he's having more fun. Simple as that.
Fair enough. So good reasons why we don't hate Marilyn Manson. Just unfortunately, he was outvoted and he has to die. So how does Marilyn Manson die in the Coliseum?
Dita Von Teese divorces him.
And his heart quite literally breaks.
Just shatters.
And then he has to tour Heaven Upside Down, him literally standing upside down.
With
Oh,
the
I like
headrest.
that song. Or was that the album?
Although
the
I
album.
kind of feel
That was the
I-
album.
I kind of feel bad for that, if only because he actually did get hurt on that tour.
He did. The
Oh,
props
really?
fell on his leg and broke his leg.
I felt really
It was
bad
a
when
rough
that
tour
happened.
for him. It wasn't his fault. The stagehand didn't secure the props and stuff on his stage, and it fell on him during the set.
Yeah, that was
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently Dita
Yeah,
Von
no
Teese has
kidding.
not been with Marilyn. Okay, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Somebody's
It says
getting
they're
the
already
bad info.
divorced.
Maybe okay, so maybe that's it though. The answer is stage props fall on him until he dies in the Coliseum.
Fuck.
Rocks Paul Everything dies. Oh, he filed for divorce in 2006. Wow. Okay.
Where have you been, Mark?
Apparently, I've not been paying attention. Okay, good for her.
Hi everyone, we are all experts in our field.
I don't
Yeah,
keep
exactly.
up with this
Like
person.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Of all the music
I'll
channels,
take
we're
the
the
Fs.
ones.
I'll take the Fs. I like them. All right, next up.
From Riddy PR, Angels and Airwaves versus 30 Seconds to Mars.
Well, this is hard.
Not at all.
Yep.
Especially
Crash
since he
looks like
didn't
he's
specify
struggling.
an era.
No eras,
yeah.
Angels and Airwaves versus 30 Seconds to Mars. On 3 for Angels and Airwaves. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Unanimous. Yeah. Even though, okay, Crash, you go first if you're kind of thinking about it.
I'm kind of, because, see, 30 Seconds to Mars, their first 2 albums are phenomenal stuff. Like, even This Is War has some good cuts on it. Like, it pains me to say that, but America was so freaking bad. It was so freaking
Do you think
bad.
less of the band? Do you think less of Jared Leto now? Because
Well, this,
Yes.
on top of all the other Jared Leto shenanigans that have been going on, that makes me really, really dislike this band. And I'm not a huge defender of Angels and Airwaves by any means. I just can't stand Tom's voice in that project. But, I got, at least Tom kept his dignity. Just,
questionable.
more so than Jared Leto. More so than Jared
totally
Leto.
pains me.
So, John, what... Can you still hear? Okay, there you go. John, why don't you go ahead?
Okay. Angels and Airwaves have been pretty kind of spotty, but also they've been consistent at the same time. I know that's kind of a contradiction, but they're kind of at least consistent in the fact that they're like trying to be overly ambitious, and sometimes it pays off. I mean, their first 2 albums, We Don't Need to Whisper and I Empire, I like for the most part.
Yeah.
I like The Love Project. Part 1 was better than 2.
was what I got
Dreamwalker, meh. Some of the other stuff, the EPs, Stomping the Front, Phantom Brake Pedal, and that stuff, wasn't as into. But I don't know. It's the latter stuff that kills me with 30 Seconds to Mars. Like, even the record before that, Love, Lost, Faith, and Dreams, I thought was just so pretentious.
It was just
meh.
It was bland. It was just so meh. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's what I thought too.
It was just pretentious. I did not like almost the majority of the songs on there. And America, so much worse. I literally just put in my Record Store Day vlog yesterday. I thought it was hilarious that I saw that record sitting in the clearance section by itself.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It deserves much worse
than a year after it came out, too.
Yep, marked down to like $10 when it was originally like $25.99.
Right.
Lower.
Yeah,
Mark.
lower.
Yeah, well.
I'll pay you $10 to take this out of my inventory. How about that?
There we go.
Mark, why does Angels and Airwaves get the thumbs up?
As much as Walk on Water by 30 Seconds to Mars has become a tremendous guilty pleasure of mine.
The song,
Yeah.
okay?
I like that song. That was like the song that I liked on that album.
Honestly, I'd love to see that song remixed with like actual guitars and actually make it like it would be a good metal song.
No,
Like,
I could see
beyond-
that.
At least a
beyond the
stadium rock or
dumbass
something.
lyrics.
Yeah, I was thinking like more of like the
Yeah.
alternative stadium anthem style.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
got a good
beyond that, I like the first couple Angels and Airwaves albums. Like I liked them honestly even before I got really into Blink 182. So yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah.
so I kind of got into Blink backwards. But I like Angels and Airwaves fine enough, and I have never ever liked 30 Seconds to Mars. So it's easy.
Fair enough.
Cool.
There you go.
For me, I mean,
Boxcar Racer are better. Sorry.
yeah. For me, I mean, 30 Seconds to Mars had something in the mid 2000s, and I was fine with it. Like they were just heralded so high, even when I
They
did
get
my
overpraised.
yeah, and when I did this was like
Yeah.
the first year I was doing album reviews for Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams. I remember getting hated hard because I gave it like a 5 or 6 out of 10. I'm like, this really isn't anything. It's not bad. It's just there. But now they're making bad music, not just which is weak or blah. It's bad. Angels and Airwaves. Yeah, Angels and Airwaves has made the kind of just music that's kind of there, nothing great. But I still got in with the Love Project and stuff before too that I liked. I don't know. I just feel like 30 Seconds to Mars has way past the point of no return, and it's not going to get any better.
Point.
Yeah.
Those stands did not return for your America review, did they?
Nope.
Nope.
No one even when I did my top 5 worst albums. Nope.
Yep,
Nope.
that says it all.
Yep.
That says it all.
Everyone was just like,
Where are they
okay,
now?
yeah. So that leaves to the question: how does 30 Seconds to Die? Or 30 Seconds to Mars?
30
There we
seconds
go.
to die.
They have 30 seconds. Okay, well there you go.
They have 30 seconds, they die.
Yeah. Okay, we give
We're
you 30
real
seconds to
creative
say your
around here.
30 seconds to say your goodbyes. Go, click. Any other suggestions for Jared Leto, especially how they die in the Rock Coliseum?
He's trapped in
I
his
want
Joker
every
character
version
for-
of Batman and every version of the Joker to beat him to a pulp.
Yes. Concur.
Heath
I'm
Ledger
for it.
comes back from the dead, says, I worked my butt off to give the best Joker ever, and that's what you did with it?
I'll give you damaged. There we go.
Well said. Very good. And we go down to Outright Misfit. Oh. This is the one.
Oh, no.
From Outright Misfit, Amir versus Attila.
Okay.
Oh,
Can we not?
Can we?
We
Yeah.
have to?
I really just. I
Notice
don't
how I'm
know
not
if I
breaking
can
eye contact with the camera? You spent money on asking us
Yeah.
on who lives between Amir and Attila.
Is
Is this the one?
It's not going to be good either way.
Yeah.
Let me just say that.
Yeah.
I think we're all unanimous saying this is all thumbs down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked before.
Yeah, this is
This
just...
started saying we would do our best to not have this happen. Like, we wanted to give a thumbs up and thumbs down to every band. This is an exception. Amir
Yeah,
and
you
Attila.
gave us two
It's a super
Suicide Kings here, dude.
Now, granted, if I were to give the slightest bit of credit, I'd probably give a little more decent guitarist, but beyond that,
For Attila.
yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean enough to let them.
No,
Because-
no.
Yeah.
Not when you're playing with Franz.
Yeah. And then on the other side, Amir is literally just banging on instruments with no rhythm or form. While
Amir is what is left of the band. Like I saw Crash.
It's
just
just
the singer.
Frankie
Yeah,
and...
the singer.
Yeah. Frankie and some hired guns from other bands,
Did
basically.
they just put out an album? Did they?
one of
did
them did,
Amir?
yeah. Amir did
Attila-
2017. Attila
Yeah.
just released an
Oh,
album. Amir's
Attila
last
just-
Thinking of
2017.
Emerosa. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Big difference. Big
Yeah,
difference.
big difference.
Okay. Amir and Attila must die in the Rock Coliseum.
Kill each
Together.
other.
Yeah, they just fight each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
can you
yeah.
imagine
I
that
mean,
s-
you know-
that
yeah.
sissy slap fight till the death? Oh my god.
They have to go in a circle pit motion.
Like one
Getting
of
their
the running
slaps in
back.
as they go in a circle.
Yes.
Ugh.
And they get if they fall, they get trampled and they're not allowed to get back up.
Oh god, just kind of dissolve it.
And they're wuss circle pits too, like their emo, angry 19 to 20-year-old fan base. Don't hit me in the face though. My mom's got to pick me up and she'll ask questions. Ugh. Okay.
And while this is all going on, Billy Joel's Attila is playing in the background, just out of spite.
Yeah.
Just
There
pure
you go.
spite. Why the hell not?
From Jake, this is a hard
Ah,
one.
shoot.
This might be the hardest one. Judas Priest versus Iron Maiden.
Okay, this is not fair.
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
like not even
Yeah.
slightly fair.
It's
I
like
want to qualify. I'm not an expert on either of these.
that's
bands
fine.
at
If you want to
all,
sit out one,
so.
that's fine. But just for
Yeah.
people that are aware, that's like bringing home two puppies to a kid. So it's okay, you have to choose one, and they take
The
the
other
other
one
back to the
dies.
puppy store.
Yeah.
All right, I have my opinion. What do you guys think?
I'm ready.
I guess I'm ready too.
Yeah. Okay. For Iron Maiden, 1, 2, 3. Okay, unanimous.
Whoa.
Wow,
I
that's
love
a little
Ju-
surprising.
It
It's a
is.
little
Judas
surprising.
Priest is so fantastic. Rob Halford
Yeah.
changed the game.
I
Yeah,
know.
But there
agreed.
is material in Judas Priest's catalog that makes you go,
But it's the same era.
The same-
as
the same
what
for
happened
Iron
to
Maiden,
it
too.
is, because
Yeah.
they've had their big changes, but I still feel the dynamic of Iron Maiden has created more memorable music and songs and identity, as where Judas Priest, as amazing as they are, they're more of the icon for being the band, not all the music they created.
See, the thing with that is that at the end of the day, Iron Maiden put out Seventh Son of a Seventh Son.
Okay.
And that's a 10 out of 10 album for me.
No, for
Yeah.
me too.
Hard to debate that.
Yeah.
Hard to debate.
Anyone
that.
else have anything they want to say to add?
Again, I even have like the personal connection. Iron Maiden is literally one of my favorite
Yeah.
bands of all time. Asking me to choose against Judas Priest. I'm sorry,
know.
man. I'm gonna go for my boys. I'm gonna go for my boys.
This is a painful
Just-
one. This is the
It's
one where
painful.
if this is a death in the Coliseum, this is a 21-gun salute, an honorable Viking death in luxury and style, where we're
Yeah.
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 fond farewell, not this.
Yeah, no, straight up Viking funeral. Just
Mm-hmm.
straight up Viking funeral.
Yeah.
Just
Or they just, or like what happens is they get like a Viking like orgy at some point, and like and they go
Oh.
and it just goes out in a beautiful way for Judas Priest. They've earned that.
I guess you're
They've
right.
earned that.
Yeah, they
They've
deserve the
earned the
right.
beautiful
it's
orgy.
like the Patton Oswalt bit. It's sex on a burning ship. Just yeah, no.
Okay, yeah.
all the while Painkiller is playing off in the distance. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. So, from Jack in the Box.
That sounds metal as fuck, by the way.
Yeah, it does. That's how something like, oh man, Amon Amarth would go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arth would write like a 10-part song about that.
Yeah. That's an album right there for them.
Yeah.
It is. Oh yeah, for sure.
From Jack in the Box, Husker Du versus REM.
Okay.
I do not have enough of an opinion about Husker Du.
Same.
So
Yeah.
I can tag in for this. Yeah.
Mark and Crash, if you guys are up, okay, we'll go for Husker Du first. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so REM for both. Unanimous.
Yeah.
Okay, so why does REM go for the thumbs up, Crash?
Because you put them against REM.
Yeah,
Damn it! Like
that's a rough
again,
one.
like Husker Du. Again, I would argue they are legends, especially in the punk scene. Bob Mould is just a badass motherfucker. He's just there's so much to admire about Husker Du, but REM is goddamn M.
Agreed.
Just everything that they have done, all of their accomplishments, it just doesn't compare, man. It's like a big gulp compared to a shot glass. Just good stuff, but oh man.
REM just has way too much in their discography that is...
I'm sorry, did I break out again?
Yeah, you did a little.
Fuck, I broke out.
I think REM had a solid 15-year run.
They did.
Oh, damn.
There are a few bands that have a 15-year run.
And not just like a 15-year run on top, too.
Well, they
were
were
filling
top
out
from
stadiums.
the beginning, but like
no, but they were filling out stadiums all around the world.
Yeah, and I think if the band was still around, they'd still be making great music.
Yeah. So how does Husker Du die in the Coliseum? I don't even know.
They don't, please.
I'm glad I came back for that. Yeah, no, they don't. Oh. Like, you know what? Bob Mould's next solo album sells a little bit less. Okay.
Yep.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, fair enough.
Right. Okay.
These are bouncing around all over, but I had to refresh. So back to the super chats from that album reviewer guy. Shinedown versus Chevelle.
Interesting.
I honestly don't know enough Chevelle to speak effectively on that, so I'm gonna opt out of this one.
Okay. Everyone else have an opinion?
Yeah.
I can tag in.
Okay, so Mark will sit out while he's grabbing something. Okay, we'll go for Shinedown first. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh. Oh, Luke, you're the deciding vote, man.
I had to go for Shinedown, just barely.
Okay.
I'll start too. So Chevelle's the reverse, 1 to 2. I'll say this: I love Chevelle after 2008, 9, something like that. Their work has consistently gotten more solid, more thorough, and that's why I kind of give it to Shinedown a little bit. Even though Shinedown has had the spottier albums and like that hard time in the early 2010s.
Yeah.
I love Chevelle. I have a picture hanging up in my house of one of the photos I took of Pete. That's really good. I love Chevelle, but I just have to give it Shinedown. Their music is more fun and enjoyable to listen to for the most part. That's just me. So, Crash, why does it get for Shinedown?
Again, I'm with you. Credit to Chevelle where it's been lately. Their last handful of albums have really just knocked it out of the park. They've been way better than I'd say they have any right to be, but hell, they've done a lot too. But compared to Shinedown, it's just like that dip. Like early Chevelle is what kills it for me because, man, Chevelle used to be the most boring, bland, basic-ass rock band. Their early stuff just does not hold up to... I see John up there shaking his head at me. Oh, he's got some words.
All right, John.
I know.
Time to let it all out. Why does Chevelle get the thumbs up?
Go ahead, man. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, you got to give... Okay. Let's put some context here. So if we're going to give somebody some shit for having some basic-ass songs and the mainstream, Shinedown's got plenty.
They do.
And... I think, honestly, it makes more sense, and I have more respect for a band when they grow over time and continuously improve. And that's why I got to give it to Chevelle, because, again, I don't dislike Shinedown, but where is the great album in the 2010s? I haven't seen one. I haven't seen a great one. And I feel that Chevelle's recent output, honestly,
It's been solid.
North Corridor was really, really good.
Yeah,
I love that record.
I did too. That was one of my favorites that year. Yeah.
Venus Sarah. I mean, even Sci-Fi Crimes, I really liked. So I like the majority of Chevelle's stuff. I wish I got to talk about them more. Excited for their new record, and they definitely got to take the win for me. They've just been so damn consistent and have improved in places as they've gotten older.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
so
that I can give you for sure.
Yeah, I don't want Chevelle to die in the Coliseum, but they have to. How does Chevelle die? I don't even know.
We could just let them drive around in an actual Chevelle for a little while. That would probably just happen naturally. Do you guys remember the Chevelle? It was a really shitty.
The undercarriage just starts rattling and falling out while they're driving.
Yeah, probably.
That sounded about right. Okay, fair enough. Love Chevelle, though. Yeah. From AJ Kaimi, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, Opeth versus Gojira.
Okay.
Everyone have an opinion?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. We'll go back and 1 for Opeth. 1, 2, 3.
Please. Okay, I'm not. Oh, wow! I figured I'd be the only dissension. What?
Yeah.
Ooh,
so Gojira,
that surprises
the
me.
flip. Gojira's thumbs up. So Gojira lives.
So Gojira is a flip.
Yeah. Mark, let's have you go first. So why does Opeth get the thumbs up?
I'm actually a little bit stunned at this because I think Opeth had a run from the late 90s to mid 2000s, which is among some of the best blackened prog death metal you're ever gonna hear. Like, Still Life is a 10 out of 10 classic. I stand by Opeth having some of the best projects of that era. Yeah, they're making serviceable prog rock now, but serviceable is still good, and they've got enough classics to put them in the upper tier. Damnation, Still Life, again, like, they're there.
That can't be argued for sure.
Yeah, for me, like, the prog side of Opeth is what's always carried them. It's fantastic on that, for the most part, especially through, like, the mid-late 90s stuff. However, I just feel Gojira have more of the technical side down, if that makes sense, as good as Opeth is. Just technical playing ability. And that's a bare minimum. I love Opeth too. I'm just saying that's just where I stand on it. Even the most recent stuff with Gojira, it's been a while since they had a new one come out, but even so.
Yeah.
For mine, I want to quote somebody in the chat that I think summed it up perfectly for kind of where I stand. Daniel Jansen said, Opeth are better musicians, but I enjoy Gojira more. It's a personal thing. It's a personal thing, and that's all I can really quantify my decision as.
Fair enough. Crash, how about you?
Again, this is damnation by comparison because these are two very close bands. This is two very close judgments. But man, at the end, I actually got to see these guys live 2 years ago. They were actually touring together with the Devin Townsend Project of all bands.
What?
Yeah, that was a hell of a show. Show. And like, I just got to give it up to Gojira because they are a thrash, dude. Yeah. They are an absolute destructive thrash. It is transcendent seeing Gojira live, seeing them compare. And Opeth kicked ass too. Opeth was the headliner. They kicked ass too, but guys, I'm the rock critic, you know? I tend to lean a little bit edgier, a little bit harsher, a little bit punch in the face, and Gojira is just a good, solid clock.
See, I think part of the issue here is that we're comparing very different eras.
Gojira
is still in the era where they crunchy and kick-ass.
If
Opeth were still making albums like Still Life and Damnation now, this would be a different conversation.
It probably would be, but yeah. Again, I'm not blaming anybody for
you'll never hear me argue.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's good arguments for both here. I'm like you, Mark. I'm shocked. I'm shocked this isn't a split.
You could have defected.
Yeah, you could have. And I will say that I know more Gojira than I do from Opeth, so
fine.
Definitely biased. So
okay, so unfortunately, Opeth must die in the Coliseum.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
They have to write a prog story and album about the most boring things in the world and make it work.
No, that was their last album.
Yeah. I have, but I have a thing. when Opeth played, they didn't do a lot of banter, but about halfway through their set, what's his face, the lead singer,
Ockenfeld.
thank you. He came out halfway through and said, "Hello, Indianapolis. How are you? We just got back from having burritos." And just like the weirdest, just goofiest, kind of funny as hell. No, just like in his sort of, the crowd went nuts for it. So, Opeth's death, bad burrito.
Bad.
Okay.
Eat bad burritos.
Bad burrito, just a bad burrito.
That type of banter, like just between song, get the crowd into it, take a break. That's when you get the big vaudeville hook and like drag him off the stage. Terrible.
And here's the thing, like Devin Townsend can do that.
Devin Townsend
That I
can get
believe.
away
I'm
with
seeing
that,
he's
sure.
going on tour with Avatar, and I'm seeing them.
Ooh, that'd be good. That's
It's
a
gonna
good
be
show.
That's a good lineup.
Also,
That's a good-
Avatar's at Sonic Temple. I want you guys to see their show, even if it's just the first couple songs. You'll be blown away. That'll
Okay.
be my recommendation.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm in the dark there.
Okay, you'll dig it. You'll dig it just from what you see. So, okay, from Toon Dude 10, Asking Alexandria versus Escape the Fate.
Can I say neither?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily
Is this another one where you have to
the
go in
most
either?
knowledge of
This
Escape
isn't
the
like a-
Fate. Can I sit this one out?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
If you want to sit it out.
Sure.
Yeah.
The other,
think-
Mark and John. Do you have
don't-
yeah.
I mean, like, I don't really have a preference one way or the other. That's like really tough.
I don't know an opinion on either. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I do, I guess, have opinions, but they're not
I
strong.
know.
either
I think
way.
that's where I'm at. Also, I give a shoulder shrug. Sure, why not? For one of them,
Uh,
if that makes sense. Okay, just really quick. We'll just keep this super brief. Asking Alexandria. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 to
this
1.
is fun.
And mine's exactly. And mine's like all right, fine, you can live, whatever.
yeah.
Escape the fate. I guess you die.
I guess.
I guess, sure. Okay, is it really even worth going into detail that much?
no, let's keep moving. We got enough.
Yeah,
super
let's
chats.
keep going.
Okay,
Let's
how
get
does
as many as we
how
can.
does escape the fate die?
They don't escape the
They don't
fate.
escape
Escape
the
the
fate.
There
Finally
you
catches up
go.
with them.
That's all they deserve. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, from Sean Morton, thank you for the big donation. That's super helpful. Hey guys, thank you, Sean, again. Thanks for all the great content and just being good people. Thank
Aw.
you.
Aw.
I am not a good person. I object to that. No. Thank
My
you,
request-
Sean. That's very nice of you.
My request is Gojira versus Between the Buried and Me.
Okay.
Ooh.
God, you're
Okay.
laying
This is
it
a little
all
bit
on me
closer
there.
than Gojira versus Opeth.
This is a lot closer.
God.
Ooh. I mean, I got an opinion if you guys do.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, I do. I do.
Yeah.
Okay. If
Okay.
everyone has one.
Do
Okay.
it.
Gojira first, because they already survived. Okay, so Gojira. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm glitching
Yeah.
out.
Wow,
No, you got
that's
the thumbs
surprising.
up.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh no, I'm back. I'm back. Okay.
Unanimous.
That
Unanimous.
surprised me.
That's surprising.
And I love Gojira, but just
Yeah.
Between the
Yeah.
Buried and Me.
Between the Buried and Me, so many classics. Alaska, fucking
And they're still doing it. Still, even
Still
this past year.
kicking ass.
Yeah.
Automata 1 and 2.
And
Yeah.
they're a band that has never once you felt like, are they just doing this, going through the motions? Are they just chasing a trend? Nope,
No.
never had
Nah.
that. Not to say
They're
Gojira
passionate
has.
musicians.
I'm just saying Between the Buried and Me has been doing it longer, and that's why. And I put them over Gojira a little bit.
Yeah, respect. They've been killing it since the early 2000s.
They
You
have.
know?
Yeah, absolutely. Credit where it's due.
Mark, you got anything to add?
Only thing I gotta say is that Between the Buried and Me was the band that got me closest to death metal, like with Colors. Like,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
that speaks for
Yeah.
itself.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Honorable mention to Gojira, but yeah, Between the Buried and Me gets that one. So how does Gojira now die in the Coliseum?
Eaten by Gojira?
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
eat
really
themselves.
creative around here.
They
I mean
eat
that would be
themselves.
that would
Is
yeah,
that
they-
cannibalism
okay.
or not?
Auto cannibalism.
Auto
Okay.
cannibalism.
Yeah. Okay. That's
Much
gross.
more
We have to sit there and watch that in the Coliseum. That's how they die.
We
We
don't
have
have to watch it. Like,
Ugh. I feel like we're the judges. We have to be there to oversee.
You know,
it's gonna
okay,
be like when Disturbed goes on at Sonic Temple. We all leave. The
We
ending.
yeah, that's the end of our night right there. We can go home early that night.
Yeah.
I'm staying for 3 songs, so I want to shoot no matter what. So
see, yeah, that's the thing. Even though they're eating themselves,
yeah.
they'll still make it a good show because they're Gojira.
that's true. While they're still strumming the guitar. By the way, before we go next, at least Disturbed, when I've only seen them once, they put on a good live show when I saw them. I'll give them that. I don't know
I
what
won't
they're
be
going to...
sticking around.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not sticking around.
Not for that.
Fair
Sorry.
enough.
If they're gonna play a lot of stuff from the new album,
That's what I'm
Which
worried
they
about.
will.
That's
They
the
will.
only thing I'm worried about, the new album stuff. If they play the old
We'll
stuff
check
in
the
the
set list
medleys...
beforehand. Like,
Yeah, they probably have it up, because they're doing the tours and festivals anyway.
Even if they were playing the old stuff, I wouldn't really stick around. Probably.
I'm kind of with you there, John.
I'm going to say because I want to shoot, so that's...
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I gotcha.
From Copper Dragon, Pre-Make Yourself Incubus versus 311. So this is the more jazzy ska
Yeah.
punk Incubus.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Science. This
I
is
just listened to Science a few
Fungus
weeks
Among
ago.
Us.
Science is
Yeah.
great, but yeah,
Yeah.
versus 311, all of 311. Does everyone have an opinion?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
So 311. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Damn. Oh wait, 311. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
311.
Sorry, I'm an idiot. I am an
311
idiot.
are in the audience, and they're like, "Oh,
I don't know. I just had like,
we
oh
might
yeah,
have
I had it in
someone.
my
We have
head.
someone. Yeah,
No,
311.
I was
It's
like-
okay.
I-
It's
in my head, I
okay.
was like, I
Likes
can't-
311.
Yeah, it's
In my head, I
311.
was like, I can't wait to give the thumbs up to Incubus, and then it was like my brain didn't process. He said 311, dumbass.
I
Oh,
was really surprised, Crash."
I was
yeah,
too.
no, I was
Yeah.
too. When I finally woke up, I was too. Wow.
311. Sorry, 311. It is a
Okay.
unanimous thumbs down after review. So, I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer for me. Even 311 on their strongest stuff doesn't come close.
It's not going to top Science and shit.
Yeah,
but-
it's
no.
not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just instrumentation-wise, creativity,
Yeah.
songs you want to listen to repeatedly. You know.
Yeah, 311 sucks. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna lay my cards.
I
down.
don't hate
311.
311 at all. I don't hate
I don't either.
311.
I don't hate them. They have some guilty pleasure songs.
Yes,
for me that I
yes, that's a
like,
good way to
you
put
know?
it. Yes.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
you
There's
know.
better skate punk than them.
Oh, for sure. There's better
Absolutely.
SoCal rock and everything like that. That vibe than them for sure. So, yeah, I don't feel bad about this one though. I don't think everything they do sucks, but
I do. You know what? I'll carry that. I'll carry
Okay.
that weight. I can't stand 311. I really can't.
What does 311 sound like, Crash? I'm drawing a blank on that one too.
Just what? I'm the color you need. Whoa, bullshit. Just it's
You know-
like skate punk for people. Skate punk. It's skate punk for people who ride razor scooters.
Oh my gosh!
Yo, I can do some pretty sick tricks on my Razor.
You
okay?
come at me with it. Come at me with it. I'll own this. Damn these guys.
Is that how they die in the Rock Coliseum, being run over by razor scooters?
Run
Trying
over
to
by a
perform
fleet
tricks.
of razor scooters. I like that.
I'm down. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh.
You're good. Okay. That was a good. From Toon Dude
Yeah.
10, Breaking Benjamin versus 3 Days Grace.
Neither.
This is a close one for me.
It
Really
is.
hard. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
A mild colonoscopy.
That's not a song
A mile.
or a band.
I don't know. I think there's death metal bands that might use that.
I could think of a few.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I have a choice. Does everyone else?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Breaking Benjamin. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Well, okay.
3
Okay,
to
I'll
1.
tilt it.
Okay.
Okay.
This isn't a band splitting, so.
Okay. And
yeah,
this is
3
not.
to
I don't
1.
think. I want people to realize this is not like we love it to death. It's just I put 3 Days Grace just because, especially the stuff with Adam. 2012
Yeah.
and before is what puts it on the top for me. Breaking Benjamin, I don't hate by any means whatsoever. I just feel it's been way too long with the same stuff.
Yeah, it's their one-trick pony in a lot of ways. You know?
And the pony's been around for a while.
Yeah, at least 3 Days Grace, you can say they've done some different stuff throughout
They
their
have.
career. Breaking
Transit of
Benjamin,
Venus. Yeah.
yeah, Breaking Benjamin have made Saturate Volume 7 or whatever by this point. All of their stuff sounds the same. It's impossible to distinguish, really.
Mark, yeah.
It's not the worst trick. It's not the worst trick for a one-trick pony to have, I guess, but it's not.
But that's my
interesting.
point. Like, I think I would go for Breaking Benjamin only because It's one trick, not done entirely well, but I still take it over all the bad tricks that 3 Days Grace tries to put out.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm not going to argue it. I mean, We Are Not Alone is the
yeah.
only Breaking Benjamin album I'd actually
This
go
is not
back
worth
to
arguing.
songs.
This is
It's
not worth
arguing
arguing over. No. Yeah.
So how does Breaking Benjamin die in the Rock Coliseum?
They break.
Damn. Beautiful.
They actually break Benjamin, like his arms and legs. Okay.
Benjamin's already broken. Have you
He's the
heard?
man.
Poor guy. He's got a lot of health
Breaking
problems.
Benjamin.
He
Yeah.
does. Again, I don't hate Breaking Benjamin, so
I don't either. I just don't care, really.
Yeah, it's hard to hate
compared to
them,
3 Days Grace,
but-
I put them on a slight edge. That was just, whatever.
Yeah.
From Rodor, I can't pronounce the name.
Yeah.
90s Epitaph Puck Legends, NoFX versus Rancid.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's been a while since I've...
Okay, I got this one.
Me too, since I've listened to either.
Yeah, it's like you. I'm with you, Luke. It's just been so hard. I kind of need a refresher course. I think I'm going to set this one out just because, like, I know both of the bands, but it's just been a while since I've listened to them. So
For me too.
I don't really feel like I can give an honest answer.
Okay.
I feel
We'll
like
keep this one
yeah.
We'll keep
I
these
can
short
still-
just to go through a few more, but so let's go no effects for the three of us that are in it. 1, 2, 3.
Hesitant.
Yeah,
Hesitant
me too.
thumbs down
I'm just
for sure.
barely, but I go for Rancid a little bit more. Mark, you gave the thumbs up to no effects. How come?
I think NoFX are just a little more consistent, a few more songs I will like over Rancid.
Okay.
And I'll freely admit some of it comes out of familiarity. I know more NoFX than I know Rancid.
Okay. I'm the reverse of that because I'm more familiar with Rancid just because. And Rancid had a lot of just filler stuff throughout it, but I still prefer some of the big hits from Rancid more. And and Crash, go ahead.
I would actually say the exact opposite of what Mark said. I would say Rancid has actually been a bit more consistent. Like, they haven't had the bigger hits than NoFX has, but they're kind of one-trick ponies at this stage in their career too. They're doing the ska punk, the kind of thing that they're doing, but they haven't put out they haven't had a terrible run. They don't have an absolutely awful album. NoFX, some of their 2000s output is what kind of kills it for me. Granted, their last album ruled. Their last album was one of the best albums they put out in years. And of course, no one can deny their 90s output, but some of that 2000s stuff just doesn't do much for me. I'd say Rancid have at least done a better job of staying good than NoFX.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So how does NoFX die? And I don't know. Gone to sip of Hurtful AIDS?
Public humiliation off of all the terrible statements their frontman makes.
Yeah, about the shooting.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, that's right. That did happen.
That did happen in 20.
that happened. That happened.
But
Yeah, that's a death sentence right there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think it actually was a death sentence.
Pretty much. I haven't heard Pete from him since. So
I really haven't.
yeah. Okay, from Jake. This is a good, interesting one. The Killers versus the Foo Fighters.
Oh no! Oh my heart! No.
John, you have to make a choice, John. That's right.
Oh, you're speaking right to my childhood, right
Choose
there.
between two puppies, and which one you get to keep.
And which one gets to die? Jesus Christ, Luke!
Does everyone have an opinion?
Forgive me, I was blinking out.
Okay.
While you
Foo Fighters versus
What-
Foo Fighters versus the Killers.
Ooh. Okay.
Jesus, I don't know.
I've got a pretty clear answer on this one.
I do too.
I'm good to go.
I have made my decision.
Okay.
John, waiting on you.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't feel for you here, John. I don't. I know where you're.
You guys probably know how much I love both of these bands on a lot of different
Yeah.
ways. Okay, fine.
Patches has the wiggly tail, but Fido has the floppy ears.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
You got
Yeah,
one?
ready.
Okay. Foo Fighters on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Split down the middle.
Okay.
And that's fine. I kind of expected this one to be split.
Yeah.
fair.
I don't love everything Foo Fighters has done, especially their most recent one. They can make singles now in their later years, and that's it. The last album they really had was the 2010 one, 2011 one, the White Limo on it.
Oh,
And
damn.
whatever.
Chasing Light.
Yeah, Chasing Light. That was the last one I was really behind. But at the same time,
Wasting Light, sorry.
Wasting Light.
Yeah, Wasting Light.
But at the same time, I still put it to Foo Fighters. They've still had much more for me to dive into and love, with Dave Grohl really singing his heart out. And I love the Killers too. I'm just saying, I put Foo Fighters over. Just keep it really short and simple. We'll switch around a little bit. So Mark, why do you say Killers over Foo Fighters?
Because the Foo Fighters have one great album, and that's The Color and the Shape. I hold that as comfortably their best album. I think they've always been a singles band coming after that. And while The Killers is very much the same in that they have one great album that is Hot Fuss, I'd also say you can have there's a little bit more I can tread into in terms of album cuts coming off The Killers.
Ooh, can I tap in?
Yes, you're up next, John.
Yeah, I know we're technically on the same side here, Mark, but I don't agree at all.
Even I don't agree with you on that.
Yeah, there's some stuff I disagree with.
One great album, Hot Fuss. Sam's Town enters the chat. Wonderful enters the chat.
Also, on the opposite side too, there's Nothing Left to Lose, which I love from Foo Fighters. So.
Yeah. I think the Killers have some extremely great high points. There's some great records that are fascinating to listen to. The only reason why I picked them over the Foos, even though I absolutely love the Foo Fighters, is that I do agree with Mark in the sense that a lot of their records are single heavy. You know, like I don't always. Spoiler alert, my next episode of Ranked is on the Foo Fighters, so I'm currently in the process of digesting the records. So make sure to subscribe to ARTV if you want to see that. I think the Foos, like Wasting Light, fantastic record. Color and the Shape. I agree. Like those are their two huge records that really like have like the most notably consistent sound all throughout. But I think they've got other good albums in the discography too. I'm arguing for both here, even though I had to give the Killers the thumbs up.
Exactly. Yeah,
and I didn't say good. I didn't just say. I said great albums. They had a limited number of great albums, not a limited number of good albums. 'Cause I think both bands, when it comes to good albums, are remarkably consistent.
Yeah,
I got you.
Okay, that's a better way to say.
That's a bit more fair.
Crash. Anything you want to add on?
You know, one thing I will say, Mark, one great album, dude, girl, please. Girl. Like,
we're getting sassy, Crash.
I'm getting a little sassy about this. I will stick up for like Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace. I'll stand up for Wasting Light. But again, it's more. It's kind of like John's deal with Blur. Like, I feel like the Killers have done a lot of great stuff. Like I say, I will totally stand up for those first two Killers albums. Sam's Town, Hot Fuss, hell yeah, those absolutely rule. But I don't know, a lot of the stuff post Sam's Town, for some reason it hasn't connected with me. I'm not even 100% sure. Yeah, I'm not even 100% sure exactly what it is that doesn't sell me so hard on it, but I don't know. I would just say that the Foos, and again, the Foos just have more edge. They have more punch. You know, they're a rock band. I'm a rock guy, so I like the nice punch in the face. You know, the Killers can do that, but that's not really their forte. Right. But I would just say Foos are a bit more consistent in my book.
See, the funny thing is, will freely admit I'm a little bit weird with the Killers because I like their album Runaways, the album that had Runaways on.
Oh, Battleborn, yeah.
Battleborn. I like Battleborn more than I like Sam's Town.
Wow.
Huh.
That's not a very common opinion, but I respect it because you stand behind it. I like that. I do like
absolutely.
that. I like the album, sure.
Yeah. But sorry, I lost my spot. Okay. So that was a good decision. So neither band dies, which is great. They have to get smacked around a bit. Any suggestions on how they get smacked around for Foo Fighters and Killers?
Didn't Dave Grohl break his leg a little while ago?
The Break a Leg tour. I actually got to shoot that tour, the Break a Leg tour, with him in the cast on the throne.
Thing.
The throne of guitars. I have photos of that. So we break his other leg, make him do that again.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the Killers?
No, we break both of their legs, and they both have to do throne tours, and then we compare who has the better.
Gotcha.
They do the
and that's the game,
Thrones
and that's the new Game of Thrones, airing tonight later after the show.
That's the new Game of Thrones.
Tune into Game of Thrones coming on HBO in about an hour.
Yeah, in about an hour. This is sponsored, by the way.
Yeah. I wish I was sponsored by HBO.
wish.
We could all quit our day jobs and just do this full time.
That's what I say. Luke, you're holding out on us, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you want me to hit up HBO? Yeah, I'll just call my contacts for them. I'm sure they're interested. From Amaranth Zanzani, I don't know if I'm pronouncing their last name correctly. Hailstorm versus Silver or Flyleaf versus Dream states. You gave 2. Do you guys know who?
I'm not familiar with the people against Hailstorm.
Yeah,
Or
so
actually,
I know Flyleaf for sure. But
Could it be Hailstorm versus Flyleaf?
you know what?
I don't know
Yes,
Flyleaf
let's do
well enough, so-
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
Hailstorm versus Flyleaf. You guys ready for that
Combined.
one?
Yeah, I can answer that. I think. Yeah.
Crash, you have something?
I might have to sit this one out. I'm
Okay.
kind of.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So John and I for Hailstorm and Flyleaf. Let's do Hailstorm first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just barely though.
It's close.
It's tight.
It's close.
Yeah.
I mean, are we talking Flyleaf with Lacey?
Lacey was
though?
why I was because like I think May only had like 1 album under her belts with her.
Yeah, and then now they've got somebody else.
Yeah,
Or
and
are they
that
broken
one
up?
album was not bad either. It's actually liked it quite a bit, but
What
like
was it? Stars Dance? Was that it?
something like that. Yeah, 2012. But with Lacey, and I like Lacey, but Hailstorm they have better talents, and Lizzie Hale is the band. However,
Yeah.
she makes the band, and she makes
She's
it what
such
it
a
is.
great front woman.
Yeah.
She's,
like if you guys
really-
haven't seen Hailstorm live, when you see him at Sonic Temple, you'll be impressed.
Yeah, I'm
Because
definitely
like
going to see their
they
stuff.
are a live band much more than an album band, if that makes. Like,
I've heard that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
really pull that off too. So, anything you want to add, John?
I don't think so. I will say that I really do like a lot of. I liked the last album, Flyleaf, that came out in 2012.
Yeah, I did too.
Horizons that
Yeah,
came out.
yeah, exactly. I
yeah,
like that
the
one
last
also.
Lacey album, really good. I mean, I definitely love their debut. It had like All Around Me, and I'm So Sick
Yeah.
on it. I can't think of the name right now, but I don't dislike Flyleaf, but Hailstorm been a little bit more consistent. Don't love all their stuff, but I've seen clips of them performing live and stuff. It gives me even more respect for what they do. So
Right. Awesome. Okay. So how does Flyleaf die in the Coliseum? They've already been killed and put to pasture. They've lost 2 singers already.
yeah, I was about to say they're just eternally without a singer.
Yeah, they can only have 1 album without a singer until they just fade away in obscurity. That's good enough. That's too bad. Okay, from Brandon Barenfeld, one of my best patrons. Shout out to Patreon. You can check out my Patreon on the YouTube card. Link in the description below.
Check out all of our Patreons.
Yes, we all have them. You can check out
Yeah,
all
we-
these
we
channels
all
in the
have them.
description below as well for the subscribe to those channels. Brandon Barenfeld. Oh, Anne Boleyn versus Under Oath.
Oh, the battle of the Christian scene.
I don't know enough Amberlin. I'll have to sit this one out.
Okay.
Okay.
It's fair.
I have an opinion.
Okay,
I have
got
one
you.
too.
I got it. I
I
got
have
it.
one too. Yeah.
We'll go for Anne Boleyn first. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. I
And then
I
we'll
honestly
versus
didn't.
Under Oath.
I,
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
close,
Under
yeah.
Oath-
See,
Thought
I love
Under Oath
Under Oath,
pulled
but
it out.
Anne Boleyn just sells it for me. I mean, some of the even the band albums that people didn't love as much as Cities, even some of Lowborn, which was kind of an odd way to go out. They're back
I didn't
now.
like that album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it. I was way nicer to it than I was because I knew they were going out at the time. I should have given it as high a score as I did, but at the same time, they're back now.
Nah.
They have a full tour, so we might hear new
Can
music.
I just say I don't like the fact that they were just so adamant about the fact that they were never coming back. They're back.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah.
gone for 5 years, but still, it did feel like, are you guys really leaving for good? Really?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so
I mean,
John,
my-
why does Under Oath get the thumbs up for you?
They've just got like, not that Amberland don't have great albums in their discography because they do, like Cities, Blueprint, and all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Great stuff. I even
Yeah.
loved what was the one that came out? Dark is the Way, Light is a Place.
Yeah.
Dark is the way, light is a place.
Love
Yeah.
that record. Yeah,
Yeah.
love that. But I, like you guys, like the comeback record from Under Oath, and I really like their back catalog too. To Find the Great Line is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, it's close. But yeah, Under Oath slightly edges it out for me.
Fair enough.
Were you about to think underage, John?
Yeah, I did.
Whoops.
I would censor it out.
I was
but
combining
I can't.
Anne Boleyn, like the ass sound was
Yeah,
in
okay,
there.
yeah.
Close
Yeah.
enough. Close enough. That never happened. There we go. Crash. Why does Amberlin get it?
I feel again. This feels like a bit of an apples and oranges comparison because
A little.
bands that do two very different
Very
things,
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
very different things, and like
They're both 5-piece Christian bands. Same thing. No. No.
no,
That's what my church would have said back then.
Play some new Under Oath in that church and see what they have to say.
Yeah, let's hear those
yeah.
F-bombs dropping.
that'd be fun. But I would say again, Anne Boleyn just the quantity of great music compared to Under Oath. Under Oath, they've had moments where it hasn't been all that hot. I would say their album previous, leading into their backup, the one that they left out on, I wasn't terribly impressed with. Like Anne Boleyn, I guess I could say the same thing for Anne Boleyn too. I wasn't huge on Lowborn necessarily, but like, again, their back catalog just rules. Never Take Friendship Personal. Cities is like an all-time class. Cities was my college experience. Yeah. I adore it so much. It's just maybe this one is a little bit more personal, but I just got to give it to Anne. They've just kicked just ever so slightly more ass than Under Oath have over the years.
Fair enough. I don't want to kill Under Oath, but we have to. How does Under Oath die in the Coliseum?
Under a bunch of stands that didn't like the last album. Seriously,
yeah.
Angry churchgoers.
What was up with that?
Yes, there you go. Angry churchgoers and bitter
Angry churchgoers.
They get crushed by the 1,000-foot crutch.
The legend of the greatest Christian band in the history of the Coliseum.
Yeah,
the 1,000-foot crutch falls onto them.
Yeah. I'm so glad Crash told us the meaning behind that.
I still have does anyone else still have trouble believing that? I know it's real. I believe Crash. I'm just saying, why? Why would you name your band that? Did none of their parents tell them, no, honey, that's not a good idea. No.
They didn't need their parents' approval. They threw up their rock fist.
Oh, my gosh. You're just another problem in my problems that are 1,000 miles high.
Yeah, if you're writing stuff like Rock Fist, it's already apparent you don't have a great handle with metaphors, so...
The damn vocals on that song are so...
When your problems pile up 1,000 feet high, Jesus is 1,000-foot crutch. That's not even a metaphor. I don't even know what that is.
That's hilarious. Again, just the image of a dude trying to use 1,000-foot crutch, just bounce on top,
like kicking his legs really fast.
Height.
Yeah,
you're still like 6 foot tall and like leading this 1,000.
Right, your legs are kicking really fast, trying to keep balance, not getting it fall over.
Trying to swing the crutch forward,
like pogo on it. Like
yes.
Okay,
so
we'll
the
do
running joke that will never die. So
no, we can't let that die. That I remember when that happened. That took like 5 minutes. Like, Crash, are you really making that up? Really? Are you sure? You sure it's real? Oh. Okay. From Richard Bachelor, Spice Girls versus Hanson. Love you, Mark. Heart. Guess what doesn't count for the Rock Coliseum?
Can we still do this? I could do this one.
I could as well.
All right, you guys want to do it? Fine. I'm sitting this one out.
We don't have to kill any of them. We'll just do it quick.
We don't have to kill it. Yeah, okay, that's a nice...
Mark and Crash. Thumbs up. Okay, for Hanson. 1, 2, 3. Okay. They live. Spice Girls die. How do Spice Girls die in the pit?
They remake Spice World.
Bam. And they're like 20 years later?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
I just want to see Victoria Beckham have to convince David Beckham. No, really, this is what I have to do. I have to go off and go work with Meatloaf again.
From Video is Video Presents, we're going to move these to just do 8 more minutes, and then we'll have to get the other super chats. Thank you guys again for all these. We'll try to follow up on the sheet and get your responses next time. So 8 more minutes we'll try to go through these fast. Video is Video Presents Descendants versus Bad Religion.
Ooh.
That's rough.
I mean, I got an answer for this one.
Okay.
I do too.
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
I have one also. Okay, let's go. We'll switch them up. Bad Religion first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Nothing, not one thing against the Descendants, but I put Bad Religion on top.
No.
Yeah.
Anyone else have anything they want to add as we move on? Just anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, general consensus on that one. That one's
unanimous?
Not at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Not at all.
How do Descendants fade away into the Rock Coliseum?
They get stranded on the boat with the Doors and Beatles tapes.
Yes. We have a boat there waiting with all like the little CD player. Yes.
Call back to Milo Goes to College, if anyone knows that song.
Okay. From Brandon Barenfeld, Peter Gabriel era Genesis versus Phil Collins era Genesis. So pretty much Genesis, depending on which voice.
Ooh, okay.
You guys have an opinion?
Yeah,
I have opinions.
Okay.
I do.
All right, Peter Gabriel era Genesis on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna get so much hate. I'm gonna get so much hate. Oh.
I just and okay. So
Although,
3
to
and
be
1.
fair, when it goes to Phil Collins Genesis, also thumbs up, because this dichotomy was stupid. It was explored on You're the Worst, why it was stupid. So, we don't need to explore this anymore.
That's
Genesis
a good point.
is just good.
Yeah.
Genesis is just good. Genesis
Case
is
closed.
just good. Case
Yeah.
closed.
Genesis is fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing against that Phil Collins era at all.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
not at all. Yeah. Hard one to
Invisible Touch is my jam.
We're gonna let Genesis go just because of this, because this is not even a hard one, just a confusing one to really.
It's the same. It's a band versus itself.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. From Tiffany Hoffman, Rammstein versus Marilyn Manson.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I don't know if that's fair. Ooh.
So different.
They are, yeah.
Yeah, again, we got an apples and oranges kind of thing here.
Yeah, it's really tricky. It's
Dark on
like-
appearance, but they're very different in style and sound.
Yeah, I'm gonna set this one out because I don't know enough from Ram.
Fair enough.
Okay, we'll keep this one fast. So for Rammstein, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Just barely. I'm not even the biggest Rammstein fan, but I would put them more creativity-wise, like for creating those rhythms and like that.
They're fun.
Yeah.
They're fun.
They're
too.
They're fun.
actually fun. You go
It's
to
the Rob
any
Zombie thing. They're
bar,
fun. Yeah,
anywhere,
they're so
play
much fun.
Du Hast, and it's amazing.
America, yeah.
Yep.
And
Room
also,
always lights up
their
for
new album
Du
comes
Hast.
out in May,
Oh, yeah.
so
I'm kind of excited.
I am too. I'm interested to see that.
Me
So
too.
how does
Me
Marilyn
too.
Manson die again in the Coliseum the same way? Props fall on him until they just break him apart.
Jesus Christ. Still dying from the last time. And
Yeah. His body's still there from the last
Well, yeah,
Coliseum.
he's already
Cage
dead.
gives him a hug and then breaks a couple of his ribs.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
It's Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah.
Seems appropriate.
From Toon Dude 10, Ninja Sex Party versus Steel Panther.
Oh,
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
okay.
Ooh, okay.
I can do it.
Yeah, I think so too. People might be
I
surprised
can-
by
I
the
can do
answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. On 3.
right.
1,
Four.
2. Okay, on
Which
Ninja
one?
Sex Party.
Oh.
Ninja Sex Party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ninja Sex Party. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm the only one?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
like Ninja Sex Party a lot. They were both in my comedy
I
video
don't.
band.
Yeah.
But I just think, even though Steel Panther is literally just smut rock, they are very
They're really
talented.
good at it.
They're
Really
really
talented.
talented.
Funny.
Yeah.
It's
really-
funny as hell.
Yeah, and they make full albums. Ninja Sex Party, I just feel they make songs for the internet and like they stick it 2 minutes and
Yeah.
that's it. And that's just not
Ni-
enough.
Yeah,
That's why.
NSP, you
I
gotta
think
have
that's
the
why I think that's why I kind of slanted more towards Ninja Sex Party. If we're gonna do parody stuff, let's like keep it short and punchy at
Okay.
least.
The thing with Steel Panther is that they remind me a lot of Wheeler. You know your country, you'll understand that. But it's an easy comparison, and it just goes down really easy. I like Steel Panther.
Okay.
No, nothing wrong with that.
John, anything you want to add?
Not really. I just
Okay.
I
How
expand
does
on the point
Ninja...
of
Go ahead.
they're.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say Ninja Sex Party. They rely heavily on the video
Game
for
grunts,
the
too.
comedy, and I can hear the comedy. I think comedy for me in music, it's better if it's making me laugh. Yes, maybe with the music video, but outside of that context, can I listen to it as a song as well?
Yeah. How does Ninja
good
Sex Party die in the pit? In the Coliseum? I don't even know.
See, I'm not even sure how you kill Ninja Brian.
Yeah.
Ninja Brian kills
Ninja Brian
everything.
Ninja Brian kills Danny Sexbang.
Oh,
End of Ninja Sex Party. There you go.
yeah. There we
That's
go.
Yeah. And he'd probably like that too. From Goku Sun DBZ, and we have we'll do 2 more just because we're running out of time. We're already running over
Okay.
time. From Goku Sun DBZ, HIM versus Ghost.
Oh, that's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not
I
fair at
agree, that's
all.
not
really
fair.
tough.
Yeah.
Not fair.
It sounded like I heard someone scream in the background of somebody streaming.
Me too.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
That just
sorry.
sounds appropriate for us having to decide.
HIM versus Ghost.
That's
My
me
mind.
actually. I'm sorry. My neighbors are being a little noisy.
Okay. Does everyone have an opinion?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. For HIM, 1, 2, 3.
See, this hurts.
This hurts me
I'm
too.
sorry.
Him
I'm
are one of my
sorry.
favorite groups.
Yeah.
I love him too.
Billy
adore
Valley's
them.
voice is golden, but it still doesn't
Yeah.
add up to the music in Ghost, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Yeah.
compared to Ghost, come
Yeah,
on.
Ghost are-
Ghost actually has hooks.
Yeah, they do.
Ghost has, yeah.
Him have some hooks.
Him have hooks.
Ghost have hooks for
It-
days. I mean,
Yeah,
You know,
that's
just-
the
yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, him have some
exactly.
hooks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
Y-
so
yes.
unanimous. Not surprising, but still unfortunate. R.I.P. him, Billy Vallow. How did they die in the Coliseum? Because they're already gone.
Yeah,
Their
I was about to
song
say, they're
actually
no longer
starts.
a band.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, they don't
yeah, I
exist
guess,
anymore.
yeah, they
so.
just don't exist. They're a
Yep.
ghost. Hey, I can do
Yes.
a pun too. And the final one, as I scroll down.
What are we ending on? What we
Ooh,
got?
from Felix Yardis. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that name. This is an interesting one to end it on. Haven't seen y'all in a bit. Blink 182 versus Newfound Glory.
Oh,
I don't know Newfound Glory that well.
Okay,
I got an answer for this, sure.
sure.
I do too. Okay, so us three. Blink 182 first. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, unanimous.
Yep.
Yeah.
Newfound Glory's fine. It just never had the strength that Blink 182 had. In
Yeah,
many,
and they've
many
never
years.
Exactly.
really like taken any. I mean, like they've had a couple of albums where they branched out a little bit, but they
Yeah.
just they haven't explored enough. I don't think.
I agree.
Not to the extent of Blink 182 for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They just felt like Newfound Glory just felt like they were just kind of having fun and living their lives. Blink 182 was trying to make better music and push and create.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Newfound Glory are still very solid.
They are
Don't get me
definitely. They're
wrong,
still
but-
touring.
Absolutely.
I'm hoping to see them. So, and with that, there's no way we can get through the rest of the super chats. Thank you guys so much for donating and participating with us. Still have 273 in the chat room over 2 hours after the start time.
Wow.
That
Thank
is
you, guys.
Crazy,
huge.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
It
so
stayed over.
much.
It stayed over 300 cents. For over an hour, which is amazing, especially on
Crazy.
Game of Thrones night, especially with the NBA and NHL playoffs going on.
Don't remind me.
Like our viewers are watching that. No.
However, we thank you so much for being here. We'll probably do this next time, but be honest, you're going to be excited when we get to our Sonic Temple stuff. One of the cool things we're going to do after the third day at Sonic Temple, we're getting in the same hotel room and filming our responses, and after just all our thoughts, what we loved, what we hated, what we saw, what we ate, who we met,
Our fashion runway.
we'll do our fashion show.
Yeah.
Who wore what.
Who wore the Janties best?
It'll be more than 4 of us too, and we'll have some it'll be so great to Crash. You broke my line of concentration.
Oh, I'm sorry. That
I'm
image
gonna
is
walk
in every...
in. I'm gonna walk into the media in the photo pit area with you guys, trying to set everything up on our table, and I'm gonna go. Okay, the people that run this, these are my friends. Dang it, Crash! I told you not to embarrass me, and you're just standing there with it.
I'm gonna wear some big ass heels too. Make that booty stick out. I'm sorry.
We also
stop.
have to announce
I'll
that
stop.
Crash is replacing Brendan Urie in Kinky Boots on Broadway.
High kicks, nothing but high kicks for days.
I'd take that gig. I'd take that gig for sure.
Okay, as we say goodbye, let's go through the rounds again. Crash, please tell everyone who you are, what they can expect on your channel coming up.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. It's been a blast. I'm Crash Thompson. I host the Rock Critic. I am actually working on Patreon requests right now, so I'm going through some of the stuff that's come out over the year. Going to be dropping a lot of reviews here throughout the rest of April. You can check out my channel, The Rock Critic on YouTube, Te Rock Critic on Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere else. Let's say rock reviews, new, past stuff. That's about my shtick.
Perfect. Mark, what do you have coming up down the pipe on your channel?
A lot of my reviews aren't really rock related. I'm trying to get through some of my back catalog right now. So, new Anderson .Paak, new Chemical Brothers, possibly going to be a collaboration with that one. Beyond that, there's a new AJR album coming out this month.
It's
Don't
this
remind
month?
me.
I thought it was later in the summer. Huh.
It's the 26th.
Oh, I have
Are
to
you-
miss it. Oh.
Oh, what a bummer.
Oh.
What a bummer,
Ugh.
Are you going to be covering it, Mark?
Of course he will.
We'll see.
Of course he will.
Okay,
We'll see.
We're gonna check in on Mark in a few days to make sure he's okay after he hears it. But John, what do you have coming down the pipe on your channel?
My name is Mark, Mr. Steal Your Girl Grondin. I'm the host of Billboard Breakdown on Spectrum. We talk about music, booty, ass, and culture. And coming down the pipeline in the coming months, we've got an AJR review, an AJR discography retrospective, and an AJR top 10. So make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and I've got a lot more AJR content coming right down the pipe for you guys.
I'm going to find you and set you on fire.
We're all gonna.
That's one way to burn the house down.
Oh.
We're all meeting in a month. You know that, right? We're all gonna be in the same room in a month.
Oh, Mark will be there. Oh, no. Feel free to check out my channel, though. I got a lot of music-related content coming, and I dropped a new episode of 7 on Sunday, my weekly countdown show, today about big, drastic changes in between albums, like changes in genre and style. So that was a fun one. A lot of work to make. Go check it out.
Awesome. For my channel, I have several album reviews coming up. How Did I Miss This? Catching up on a few albums that I missed from patrons. I also have reviews coming up on The Damn Things, on Rammstein when it comes out in a few weeks, Amon Amarth. Those will be album reviews coming out in the future on my channel, as well as a lot of festival coverage. I'll be doing a lot of interviews at Welcome to Rockville and Sonic Temple next month, and I'll be doing a lot of shenanigans with these guys. We'll be posting videos on all our stuff that we see at the festival. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys again. And as we wave goodbye and I hit the outro, Crash, how does that song, what was that band that you were doing the impression of earlier? I remember Brent something from Shinedown.
This is going to be a thing with every single you know what? Somebody else do it. I did that note for like a solid 30 seconds. Somebody,
like
Mark, you're a karaoke boy.
I don't know
Hey,
the
karaoke
song. I don't
boy.
know the song.
Karaoke boy, show us your chops.
I don't know the songs.
You know, people are gonna think I'm being sarcastic when I say this, but I'm not. We did a carpool karaoke with Mark, and he killed it on Mr. Brightside. So could you take us?
I love the Killers. Could you please sing Mr. Brightside for us? I haven't heard that song in a while.
All right, I'll start with the hook then.
Okay.
Jealousy, turning taste into a scene, doing through sick lullaby, choking on your alibis, but it's just the price I pay. Destiny is calling me. Open up our eager eyes. I'm Mr. Brightside.